Good evening, everyone. How are we doing today? All right, so here we are getting everything ready. Morgoth has a brand new setup for everything, so everything is just trying to get worked out right now. Just play like that. Everything will be fine.
Everything he bought is trying to throw itself out a window currently.
Fortunately, I don't see any windows in the room. Oh, never mind. There's one. Well, now you're fucked.
You want to stand up for the whole stream?
No.
Whoa! There we go.
Score.
Yeah, when it works, but when it doesn't, holy hot damn.
When it works, Chad, when it works, it works. When he's wearing... when they're wearing a shirt that has 8 different heads and faces all over it, the camera just has a conniption and goes, you know what? Let's pick the one in the middle of the torso. That's probably the real face. and then all we saw was this.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah.
It was bad.
It was pretty bad.
Good looking room though.
Hey, thank you.
As someone whose studio is not yet done being built, I am hella jealous.
Literally my first day, as you can tell.
All right. So, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the show. We are back in Night City. I am W. Adam Clark, your he/him referee, and my fun fact is, this is not the fun fact. This is the bridge to the fun fact. I hate editing. However, editing the first episode of this campaign was an experience because there are so many things that kind of didn't go as planned. Like a little thing about me saying to the party, it is very hard to talk combat gangs out of doing combat and harder to talk scavs out of it because they have nothing left to lose. And then the next thing the party did was talk a combat gang out of starting a fight.
This is a car full of solos. You don't want any of this shit, Jim.
And then also murder-faced half a dozen scavs so hard that the other half a dozen were like, you know what, I ain't got much, but I still got a neck.
Maybe I have one thing. It's like you guys ever see that meme that's like no fear and then somebody approaches and then they change the shirt to one fear?
Yup.
It's like that.
That would be valid.
There was a whole lot of zero miedo in that, and then Thorn showed up, and everyone was like, mas miedo.
And then again,
mas miedo.
Not much.
Sorry, I'm the only one not on camera yet. I gotta put my tits away.
No worries. You're like,
the lighting cooperate. There we go. You can see my face.
Yay!
You can see my nice little Hellfire Club shirt.
Love it. Love it.
I have my band.
Woohoo!
Yeah!
Nice. Oh, well, yeah, in that case, I'll go ahead and show off as well.
He also has your band.
Dude, so you gotta send us some merch.
I do need to send you some merch. I gave my introduction. Time for PCs to give their introductions, and then we can get this party started.
Nope,
Hello.
Nope, yep. Okay. You are the MC, so go.
Hello.
She's the main character, yeah.
I am the main character of this, apparently. Because that's what happens with me. I'm one of those players that apparently... I'm one of those players that has that thing where, like, I don't try to be the main character of every game I'm in, but somehow I end up being the focus of the campaign of every campaign I'm in.
Preach!
Hi, my name is Jerica. Jenny Outrageous on Twitch and Blue Sky and Twitter and all those places. I am playing Neon Jubilee, the rocker girl. and I'm looking forward to probably. I'm assuming this will probably be more of an RP episode, so looking forward to that.
You hope.
You hope. Also, I guess fun fact: I've been playing Like a Dragon: Infinite Wealth a lot, which is very fun. The Yakuza games are cinema, really high art. They're fantastic. I can play as a cowboy and a half-naked man and beat people up on the streets of Hawaii.
Life goals.
So yeah, I've been playing that, and I've also been playing more Marvel Rivals now that Season 1 is out. Trying to do competitive, but it's a lot harder to rank up in that game than there's other hero shooters I've played. So I need people.
All right, I'll go next. Folks, I'm the old bacon eater. I'm old. I eat bacon. I play games badly. Around here, I play the Grouch. I am a nomad, specifically the runner type. It's called Riggers and Other Systems.
Yeah.
Fun fact, I'll do two. One, since I wasn't paying attention last week. Favorite cyberpunk-ish thing from the original Gibson stuff, I'm going to say the Sprawl series, Neuromancer, Count Zero, Mona Lisa Overdrive.
The 3 parts.
More recently, both in terms of reading and video, I'm going to say Altered Carbon. Because I can't say The Expanse, because that's not really cyberpunk, which is a shame. Because the actress playing Christian Avasarala hits it exactly right.
Expanse hits space punk pretty well, but it doesn't quite notch to cyberpunk.
Yeah, it doesn't quite get there. But I'm sorry, that actress is just absolutely brilliant. Anyway, second fun fact, specific for tonight, the over/under is 8.5. Deuce will explain that in the pregame housekeeping later.
Correct.
Altered Carbon seems really cool. I just wish the creator wasn't a terrible person.
Which creator?
The guy who wrote the book, Altered Carbon.
Okay.
That's based on.
Because I was trying to clarify the creator of the material, the director of the series, the executive producer of the series. Because there's a couple different people you could have been responding to.
Somehow, the writer of Altered Carbon, which is a series based around the idea of being able to implant your consciousness into various bodies, is transphobic, and I don't know how that happens, but okay.
There is a weird through line of transphobic transhumanists that has confused the fuck out of me since the mid-'80s. I gotta tell you, I honestly don't know how you wind up being transhumanistic and go, but you gotta stay in a lane.
We had the technology to make you whatever you want to be, except the opposite gender.
It's okay for you to be a robot. It's okay for you to be an Ubermensch if you started as a mensch. It's okay for you to be, a
robot
cyber
monkey
furry.
person.
It's okay for you to be a robot monkey. But heaven forbid you decide to turn your Audi into an innie. Like, that's where you want to draw the line? Come on. Anyway.
So yeah, Altered Carbon is pretty good.
I'll go next, just so that I don't get forgotten again.
I'm sorry! I won't do it again, I promise!
I am Sunny, Sunburst Wolf Dog on Blue Sky, and I suppose Twitch. I am playing Thorn, the exotic solo, who I suppose, because I am going to be doing this next scene in the house, might be showing off their second outfit today. Oh, my fun fact is that I got a haircut coming up. That's the most interesting thing going on with me right now.
Tune in next week to find out what it looks like. Oh! Can we do like a donations thing, and whoever throws the most money at the channel gets to decide what your hairstyle looks like?
No!
Because I'm sure you'd love
Absolutely not. No.
Smart move.
I have one haircut that I put on my head, and it's a perfect haircut because I can just brush my hair back when it's wet and let it air dry, and it sits perfectly for 3 days. I'm not going any other cut. It's the only thing that makes me happy.
Nice.
Anyway, Morgoth, hi.
Han Solo of London.
I'm Morgoth the Wizard on Twitch and other social media handles. I am X1R1, your Netrunner and almost tech aficionado. You will be seeing me build my tech and net deck live in front of a live studio audience. So I'm really, really in character tonight. My fun fact is I just finished my remodel yesterday, hence why I just built my office and new computer setup today. So let's fucking go.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh!
All right. So we get everybody?
Yep.
Everybody's good? Everybody's done? Okay. So, what happened last week, gang? Aside from the fact that we started this shit.
We found out that we have a party with Batman.
At least, I would say two, possibly two
Punisher.
incarnations of Batman.
Look, it's my first show. It's the first episode. I gotta show off a little bit.
And
I gotta
boy,
go.
I'm
howdy.
sorry it worked. I'm not going to have any problem with this.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's not.
You keep rolling them 10s and snapping off them cortexes off of people. I have no problem with this. That means I don't have to use my ammunition and buy it later because I can't afford nothing.
Sorry, it's not Batman. It's Owlman.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh.
Dear Flatermouse.
8.
I call Cape Chameleon.
All right.
So yeah, last episode we saved a bunch of Joytoys like we were thinking of doing, and then I found out that my referee here is a bastard who watched me put all of these implants into myself without telling me that the plot of this fucking campaign was gonna be us going through the first few stages of genocide for people with genetic implants. You watched me. You watched me do it.
I encouraged.
You said nothing.
I didn't just watch.
You didn't even say, "Are you sure?" You were like, "Yeah, go ahead, but bastard."
Yeah.
Cruel and unusual.
You bastards! You vicious, heartless bastards!
There is a Discord group which I was discussing all this with a number of other Cyberpunk GMs, and literally told them all of this, as well as other things that will come up later in the campaign. Little dominoes that I've already set up in place just for the joy of eventually just going click, and they're just all like, "Oh, you're dirty," and I'm like, "Yeah, but it's great." And it makes good story. So
Yeah, so we're gonna get demonetized anyway, right?
oh yeah, absolutely.
Cool, so I don't have to be afraid to do this.
No, not at all.
Anyway.
We're all gonna learn. We should have put points in crowd take operation.
Somebody should. All right, so yes, last episode you wind up meeting all of the party members by hook and or crook, and you, at the end of a midnight show, which was going into the morning of January 1st, 2025, you get an emergency call from your agent who tells you that another group that she knows was on their way to rescue a bunch of captured and about to be cut up Joytoys, but they got ambushed on the way and they're afraid that they won't get there in time. So the group of you, being only a couple blocks away, sprints there instead, does the job, finishes everything out, meets up with X1R1. You're at that point currently naked and locked in the room with all of the Joytoys. Netrunner, who Grouch knows from 6 years ago. And as everyone, having finished this at roughly quarter after midnight, you all start driving out of the South Side Combat Zone, while a pre-recorded radio announcement from Gerald Hastings, the president-elect, is played over all channels. And And that is about where we are right now. I'm going to assume that at the moment, Grouch is driving normally rather than rigged so that you guys can discuss where you want to go and you can switch into and out of rigging pretty much like out of thought. The gear is there.
Well, I have to go back to Temptations regardless. The Strider's there.
Right, so that's where you guys are probably headed next, because that's where Strider and also half the band is.
Yeah. And we need to settle up a little bit and so forth and so on. And probably also maybe exchange contact information. Don't know. After all, you guys might need a lift again sometime. I'd like to stand pretty good at it.
I mean, as much as that makes sense, it seems like contact might be something you need to give to Nailani. She's the one paying.
Fair point.
Yeah, we don't really have the money. Outside of what we just took.
So, how are you all going to split up what you just took? One of the things that X1 knows is X1 knows a fixer named Rex Royale. Rex Royale runs a number of night markets, generally in the area near the combat zone. So if there's any weapons or ammo or armor that anybody isn't interested in, you could easily quickly unload it to Rex because Rex specializes in black market weapons. You could even potentially find better stuff. So that is something that all of you could do with the gear that you have, or you could all keep the gear that you found. Additionally, I mean, you all want to go back to Temptations to pick up the rest of your peeps. Right now, you do have a vehicle full of Joytoys with a somewhat bloody cyber wolf, wrenched on the roof. So there is a little bit of housekeeping that you guys are going to need to do. Speaking of housekeeping, before we get any further into the episode, because I forgot to do this in the beginning because I'm still new at this campaign, this is your final warning. This is a very adult program. This is very punk program. This will be immediately demonetized for all of the trigger warnings ever. If this is not the kind of thing that you will enjoy watching, please, thank you very much. Watch our other shows. We love your face. We won't be offended at all. This is a desperately uncomfortable story filled with desperately uncomfortable people doing desperately uncomfortable things. So keep that in mind if you intend to continue watching. Additionally, mechanically, from a game perspective, Netrunning is done slightly differently because even according to the rulebook, Netrunning in 2020 doesn't work well. Rigging is something that I've added into the game because I love it as a concept, being a bit of a gearhead myself, and it doesn't really exist in the Cyberpunk universe in so much, except that it obviously should. So I incorporate it in. Additionally, I use a armor training wheel system, which in the first episode, everyone had 8 points of armor to all locations, even if they didn't. Wasn't important. This episode, everyone will have 6 points of armor in all locations, even if they don't. Next episode will be 4, then 2, then y'all on your own. All of that being said, there was also one card played last week that I missed, which was a fatigue card. So the way that we are going to handle that, and it is now updated to reflect that on the cards, is everyone will have 1 light wound, 1 little woundy box, based on the excitement and trauma of the night. Not enough to give you any penalties, not enough to negatively affect what you've got going on, but enough for you to get up to full health. You are going to have to spend a day basically not engaged in any strenuous activity and or combat. Something to keep in mind. All that being said, you've got a Humvee full of hookers heading back to a nightclub.
Again?
I mean, you know,
Still didn't get me.
sometimes you
Big
got
corp.
sometimes you got to play the hits. Oh, also, there will be the bacon drinking game. During the bacon drinking game, which we will point out, but we do not condone. Do not drink every time that bacon corpses. By the end of the episode, you will die. Okay, Hummer full of hookers. Okay, let's go.
Nope, didn't get me. Nope.
That's fine.
Well, I feel
you know
like
what, I'll give you that one.
should probably find some place to drop them off nearby.
Do
Or
we know?
where-
Did Nailani say where they're from?
Or what
Like,
to do with
what-
them.
Like, are they from the dollhouse? Are they from a different brothel? Like, where are they from?
You don't know, but they are 9 individuals that are, in the vehicle and capable of speaking. So,
Hey, yo, where you want to be dropped off?
I mean, pretty much just right outside the combat zone is fine. We're kind of like this is our neighborhood. It's just we got run up on real quick.
We got you.
What, you're not a Joytoy?
Me?
Yeah, you're with them.
I mean, I like tricks. I like lunch money. ¿Por qué? You curious? You looking for a good time?
Ah,
I don't remember him doing that 6 years ago either, do I?
No,
No.
but you do remember a Wicked's twisted sense of humor 6 years ago.
Quite
I
right.
lean my blood-covered wolf skull through the window and go, I like this one. Can we keep this one?
Yeah, keep this one. No, I like them. We got caught up in something like the wrong neighborhood, and we may or may not got robbed and/or robbed people. But that was in the past, and we're moving forward. So things good now. ¿Está bien? Bien.
but do you know these Beverly and the others?
We rolled for a few days. Party kind of hard. It was fun. Yeah, it's not bad.
Okay.
I don't know if we caught your name, by the way.
Jackie.
Jackie.
I lean in on the streets. They call me the #1 runner, Netrunner X1 R1. But my friends call me Javi.
Avi. All right.
That was
Well, if we become friends, I'll know what to call you.
Right? No, it's okay. We good. Thank you for the coke.
X1 is currently wearing a bunch of clothing that is cobbled together from a number of the bodies that were basically a bunch of clothing cobbled together from the scavs really quickly. A pair of jeans, pair of boots, shirt, whatever. Things that fit relatively well and could be thrown on quickly. And that's about what we've got right now. Expect this models to go through several changes during the campaign, apparently.
Sorry. I'm in
I like it.
fashion. Pop culture. Better look fresh, hot.
Right. We can, I guess, let's head out to the combat zone for a bit, drop these people off, and I need to get back to the band.
Okay.
Make sure everyone's doing okay.
Well, get us out of the zone and find a place to drop our charges and then call into your fixer, I guess, yes?
Thorn snatches one whiskey bottle and a crowbar and lets you all arm wrestle for the rest of whatever's back there.
Nice.
I would appreciate being able to hold on to the shotgun shells, because I can use those. Beyond that, if we can figure out a way to offload the rest.
All right. So you.
Is the Militech Avenger better than the Street Master I have?
Yes.
Okay, I'll pick up one of the Militechs then.
Okay.
That is a pistol, right?
Yes, it's a 9mm pistol.
Okay.
I would take the 9mm rounds then as well, just in case. as it makes sense too. Yes.
Yeah, I'll take the 9 millimeter rounds and the Avenger. And probably one of the Kevlar vests,
Not a bad
just in
choice.
case.
I'm gonna be real with you. I was butt ass take it. I'm gonna take everything. I don't care how hot it is. Whatever I can't carry, we'll sell off. But y'all get picked first because I'm like, you picked me up too. I'm like loot.
Yeah, and actually that'll be a question I have for me old son, as it were, after we get our charges dropped off. I'll ask him, dude, you got a place to crash?
Me?
Yeah.
The streets, my friend. The streets is where I crash.
It's hard on your back. Strider and I, we can put you up for a day or two. We got a couch.
I'll take it. Appreciate it, Chums.
No worries, Java. Hopefully Strider won't object to that.
Bringing home
So
strays.
there's a knob here. Does that make it better or worse for audio?
That is better.
That was better, yeah.
Hey. Okay.
There we go.
See, I'm sending my tech deck. You see me fidgeting in character. Thank you again. Just piecemealing my shit back together. I'll be operational soon.
Nice.
Neon will actually respond to you also, and to respond to you actually in Spanish. Just go, oh, you speak Spanish?
See? ¿Y tú?
Oh, yeah.
Fuck
Hey,
yeah! Hermana! Big ol' hug. Let's go.
She kind of like, she doesn't hug back. She just sort of like a cat, just sort of taking it, kind of, just yeah. You're very bloody.
Yeah, see.
And these are my performance clothes, and that's okay. Okay.
Oh shit, lo siento. I'll make sure to, like, you know, if I made a mess, I'll make sure to clean it afterwards. But like, oh shit, not the drags. I'm sorry. Big sin.
I lean into Neon as she's fussing over her performance clothes getting bloody, and I go, "You want me to lick it off of you?"
Maybe later. Are you from Haywood? You a Haywood kid too, X?
Hayward Wayward. I'm from way down south, you know, and I'm meeting up here looking for work. That's all.
Alright. Oh, okay. Like straight out of Mexico?
Technically further south, Central American. Viva la Nica, Nicaragua. But that's just me, you know.
Oh, cool. Always want to do a show there.
Though they would love you there for sure.
Well, you got your second friend from out of the country, though from a very different direction, obviously.
Yeah, I guess I have a knack for it.
Collector, are you?
Apparently.
She likes
Well, there you
strays.
go then.
You manage to pull up in front of Temptations, and as you do,
It's the third person, Nick.
you have already successfully dropped off all of your charges. So it's just the four of you in the Humvee at the moment. You pull around to the back of the club, and as you pull around the back and go in through the back door of the club, which is where like the back room, all the storage for the bar is and whatnot. Oh, I forgot. It's the five of you in the vehicle because Cherry is here as well. You see Ariel and Dexy with all of the gear packed up, and they are currently talking to Strider.
Neon will just kind of get out and just kind of rush out over there with Cherry.
Mhm.
Hey, girls, we're back.
So what
See?
was it?
For some reason, Nalani asked me and Thorn to go and rescue some Joytoys from scavs. I don't know why, but hey, we got them.
She
It
said
turns
it was
out-
a PR opportunity, especially because you'd been bugging her for some edge running work for a while now.
Well, I mean, yeah, but right after a show, it turns out Thorn is a lot more than I thought.
Not knowing exactly what that means, they're just still unloading.
You're welcome.
Solo is the right word for it.
You saw me body like 3 TIFs when we first met.
Yes, I saw.
Completely unarmed.
Yes, I did see that. I haven't seen you do that.
Do what? What?
Like a rabid animal. Man.
5 counts in 15 seconds, all while completely silent.
Excuse me, it was 12 seconds. Thank you very much.
Was it 12 or 15? No, it was 12. You're right.
It was 12.
Don't
sell me short.
Ran it back. Oh yeah, no, it was 12.
Yeah, watching Thorn 0 out 5 guys in 12 seconds was definitely an experience.
I'm really glad I took the over. I didn't think it was going to be that much over, but sheesh.
Cherry's like,
how's
right,
everyone here?
Me neither. As you pull up and you're having this conversation in the back, you see that Dexy is currently kind of sitting off to the side fairly quietly. They have a data pad in front of them. Think of it as a modern day tablet, although it being the cutting edge of available technology, the tablet is only able to hold about 100 pages of data at any given time, and it is only usable for like written word. It doesn't have the ability to run programs or apps or anything like that. But they have the tablet, and they are checking. They are currently reading some data sheets and kind of just quietly off to the side by themselves. Ariel and Strider seem to have been in a fairly warm conversation between the two of them when the group of you rolled up.
I'll just kind of seeing everything everything's all packed up, so I'm just kind of doing a once over. I'll just go over to those two and Strider. I take it?
Yeah.
Hey, your partner told us about you.
This is the first time I've ever gotten to see you guys live, and now I'm getting to see you guys backstage, and I got to help put some of the gear away and everything. This has been kind of amazing.
Grouch just stand in the back of the Humvee right now. Just let her have her moment. This is fantastic.
Well, I'm glad.
I'm a girl at this. This is great.
I'm glad. Well, nice to meet you.
Yeah. Good to meet you too. Everything. Her being a medtech, the first thing that her eyes do is, of course, notice the still drying blood all over X1's torso, and she's like, "Everybody okay?"
We are.
Don't worry, it's not my blood.
Oh, okay.
I got like a scratch on the face. That was pretty much it.
A little bit of a run-in, but
I did say she'd ask.
Your partner's pretty good too, and he's good with the gun and stuff.
Yeah, he's had a little bit of practice with it. I mean, mostly he prefers, wheels to guns, but when wheels won't work, guns generally do.
He scared the shit out of a guy. It was kind of. I mean, we all did, really, but he did some pretty good work. Everything going okay, Ariel?
Ariel is just like, yeah, we got everything packed up. All the gear's fine. Everything's good. We're good to all roll out. So we can either, we can either all, part ways and go homes, or, you can drop us all off, or we can all head somewhere for a little bit of post game. I mean, whatever we need to do.
Man, you've only been here for a couple months. Already losing your accent.
I'm trying. There's a lot of them, and they're all different.
Me and you gotta talk more. Gotta get your slang back into your head. Getting Americanized.
African and Afro-Caribbean accents are ones that I generally have trouble doing. I get very conscientious about them, mostly because of the history of white people doing them poorly on purpose. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I understand. I
I'll get more into it.
I just assumed she's. I just thought she. I said that, but I also figured she'd be like British.
Yeah.
She's also just British too, so.
And she's from the UK.
She's from the UK, so.
All right.
But yeah, I'll just kind of make the rounds, I guess, and just kind of make sure everyone's doing okay. See if Dexy's doing well. Try and get a word out of her.
As you walk over to Dexy, give me a awareness notice check. Okay. Dexy is currently reading a bulletin board. The club has a internet connection available, so Dexy is currently using that via the data pad in order to check a couple bulletin boards, and it seems that everyone is awash talking about the announcement that was made 10 minutes ago. A lot of conversation back and forth. The bulletin board is pinging every couple seconds, varying on conversations of people like, let's see him try, to obviously it's an empty campaign promise. Well, why would you make an empty campaign promise after the campaign's over? Well, mostly because he's an idiot. And just conversations back and forth as you're watching over the shoulder.
Take it, news gets around quick. You heard that broadcast too, huh?
Ariel's like, yeah, we did. It's kind of, if we didn't hear it live, it's what everybody was talking about a minute later. So everybody's pretty much seen or heard a recording of it at this point.
What broadcast? I was on top of the car.
Good point.
Right.
Oh, right.
Oh, Ariel is like, hold on a second, and pulls out a handheld game console. He goes, hold on a second, and starts, and not wire to temple, starts working in the game console, and then disconnects from it and goes, here, I already had my secret agent digitize it, and turns the console so that you can see their in-game avatar sitting in front of a radio.
What does their avatar look like?
The in-game avatar that Ariel is using in Secret Agent is a tall, lithe, African Caribbean skin-toned woman in a tuxedo holding a small British pistol.
Nice avatar.
Because Secret Agent is basically a James Bond game. The odd thing is, you all know that this is a video game, and that this broadcast didn't occur in the video game, it occurred in real life. So the fact that she's playing it back through the video game seems a little unusual to probably everyone that isn't X1 at the moment.
Is her screen name Money Eddie?
Nice.
I like it, but no. And the broadcast says, my fellow Americans, while my successful election to the office of the President of these great new United States of America may have come as a shock to many, it was not a surprise to the true, natural, God-fearing people of this great nation. I address you today, at the start of this new year, to make you all aware that your voices will be heard by our administration. My first act as president will be to call for a crackdown on all dangerous street-level cybernetics that are clearly the work of satanic powers and attempt to curtail this erosion of American values once and forever. Thus, on the day I take office, I shall ask Congress to pass the Cybernetic Control Act of 2025, which will require a forced registration of all potentially dangerous implants.
As he starts talking about registrations, Thorn's tail starts getting a little bottle brushy. Like you could see their hackles kind of raise a bit.
Yelp.
Yep.
I just sort of put an arm around Thorn's waist a bit as I see that. Yeah. A lot. Hey, don't worry. We'll figure it out.
Figure out what? What does he mean by a registration? What does he mean by controlling and curtailing?
I don't know. But look, we live out here in California. They fight these things all the time.
Cherry chimes in and goes, yeah, I kind of have a feeling if he thinks that this is going to fly with the free states of Texas and NorCal, he's got another thing coming. They're called the free states for a reason. They can just simply choose to ignore presidential decrees or even federal laws if they wish to. They're part of the new United States more as a courtesy than anything else. That's going to, if NorCal decides that that is not actionable, it ain't going to be actionable.
Well, when are we going to know whether NorCal decides that it is actionable? Am I supposed to just assume that they're going to put me on a registry like some kind of nons the second I'm... When is the governor going to say something? How does any of this work?
I'm sure he's working on something right now to make some sort of clapback. He's like that.
Ariel also turns and says, I mean, for what it's worth, you can't be put on a registry if you're not here legally in the first place.
I mean, she's not wrong, but also that's not helpful. Look,
before we go any further, there is something that should be brought up that your characters would be aware of, and it's also something your characters have to make decisions about. But, and I've already had some of this conversation with Sunburst. There is a system called a SIN, which is a social identification number. It tracks your fingerprints, DNA, a whole bunch of other information, and is generally stored at the state level. And when you move from state to state, your data, when you legally move from one state to another, gets sent to the new state, and you get assigned a different SIN. But it basically, it has all of your information. It is your job history. It is your legal history. It is your tax history. It is everything that could be applied to your citizenship, all rolled into a single package. You probably have an ID card, which is similar to like a debit card, which has that information on it that you can, with a thumbprint, pull up a small screen, or you can put it into a device that can read the information. And depending on the security level of the device, it can read different amounts of the information. This is for legal people. However, in the wastelands of the 2020s, nationally, only about 70% of the population is legal population and have SINs. Everyone else exists on the edge of society. This is where part of the term Edgerunner comes from. You exist on the edge of society. You can't get a legal job, but you can do a bunch of things that are day trade jobs. you can't legally vote, but there are ways that you can purchase votes from other people. You don't have a legal representation or a legal citizenship and can't legally drive, and a whole bunch of other things that you don't have the rights to do. But also, you're not really beholden to anybody. Additionally, if you know a shoemaker, which is a specific type of fixer, they can assign you a fake ID far and beyond what you would consider a fake ID today. It is a fake driver's license, fake birth certificate, fake passport, fake banking history, fake legal history, fake occupational history, all rolled into one. And it is very expensive, but to a quick glance from anyone who is like a street cop or whatever, you will appear to have an official SIN because it is a very complex fake ID. If it is examined by somebody in a higher corp or examined by somebody that has enough money and resources to do more than a cursory glance, they will likely find the fact that the things that you have on that SIN aren't referenced anywhere else in the world, and thus call it into question. So there are times where your fake SIN will not be sufficient. However, day to day, probably the majority of people that don't have an official SIN do have a fake SIN. And then, so 70% of the population has an official SIN. 20% of the population spent 500 to 1,000 eddies to get a faked one. And then 10% of the population just exists so far out on the far edge of society that they don't have ID, don't need ID, don't use ID, and just live on cash transactions or credit stick transactions. And officially, as far as anyone in the world is concerned, they do not exist. Your characters are in one of these three categories. It is currently not important to the plot which one you choose. There will be times later where it will be. So just try to have this in mind for when things come up. If you are an actual citizen, if you are a fake citizen, or if you are a I don't even bother faking citizen.
Yeah, I would think it would make sense for Neon to actually be a citizen, like have a SIN just for her job and stuff. So
Thorn, we've already established has a fake ID.
Yes. So, so there we go. Just wanted to make sure that was out there so that everybody knows, because that is information that kind of becomes germane to this situation, because that's what Ariel's comment was about. If you have a SIN, you can be tracked, because that's what a SIN does, is it tracks you. If you have a fake SIN or no SIN, well, they really can't track your cybernetics because you don't officially exist anyway, or the person you exist as isn't actually you. So there's a little bit of play with that. And I mean, let's face it, unless they make it super duper illegal, having a fake false ID is probably worse than, or at least on equal footing to the felony level of what the cybernetics are going to be anyway. So, you're already there.
yeah, I'll just kind of like look at, like, tell Thorn, it's like, I mean, you already have a fake SIN anyway. They can't track you like they could someone like me. So,
Well,
you
this
should
is,
be
this is different. This is
a lot of your
They
stuff
seem like-
is internal, though, isn't it? Like, you can't even really know that you have that stuff until you, like, pop it out. I don't know if exotic fashion wear counts as like biotics or robotic, like,
Well,
or
how do you know?
cybernetics.
That's the thing, because he said dangerous cybernetic enhancements. What does that mean? That's an extremely vague statement when you think about it.
I know.
Damn sure is.
That's the problem with these politicians. It's been the same way since I was in short pants. It
You see
means
how old he
what
is.
the fuck they want it to mean, because they're a bunch of, the cruelty is the point type of thing. They do not. They want to make an example, so they will do literally whatever they want, and they will change on a dime.
Well, trust me, I know what it's like to be made an example of. Not to let that happen to you, Thorn.
Ears pinned. Not really saying much else.
Yeah.
Or anyone in the band, really. You know, it's my job to take care of all of you. I am, you know, you're all my girls. And Thorn is whatever they feel like at the time.
50% girl.
50% girl. 4.5 of you. 4.5 of you girls are my girls.
Nice.
There you go. In the meantime, you got your pistol and your ammunition.
Yeah, I can go to. Yeah, thanks. I can go take it for a spin sometime. Hopefully it's not haunted.
Thorn, you got those items you wanted to get.
Yeah. Hold up a whiskey bottle and a crowbar.
Cool.
Hopefully those aren't haunted either.
X1.
It's a
what do
spirit.
you
Of course
need?
it's haunted.
I'm just taking leftovers.
Sorry again.
I'm just taking leftovers.
Okay. You know, guy, we can go cash out the rest of this.
Yeah, for sure.
And then I'll back to you know. Do you folks need any help carting Kid out? I've got cargo space.
I just kind of look over at Cherry and the other girls. It's like, I mean, we don't really have a van.
It is better than us all paying for separate taxis.
If you're okay with it, I don't want to impose too much on you and your partner.
I mean, we've already.
She literally like gets a hand in front of Grouch, and she's like, "Oh no, it's no imposition. It's fine."
And when the hand comes down, I was going to say that. Really, I was. Honestly, we've slapped leather together. There's no issue there. You know.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
And we'll get in touch. You should get in touch with Nalani too, and she can handle all the fix your stuff.
I like palm my phone and pull out. You want me to write it down, or do you have a phone you can just copy it from?
I've got a phone.
All right, I'll just hold out my phone so that you can see what Nailani's number is.
Put in the info, etc., etc.
And you all get one more fatigue point, so that's 2 points now. It's been an exhausting night.
Well, I mean, that's true. It has been.
I hold out my hand and I see another scratch on the back that I missed, and I was like, "Oh,
Nice. Well done. Well done.
Can the fatigue cards go past light wounds? Because then we start actually going into like.
The fatigue cards can go past light. They cannot go past. It's either serious or critical. I forget which one I wrote down.
I would love it if it's serious."
But the important thing is they once again they can't drop you into a mortal wound.
Mm-hmm.
Do stream loot potions affect this or no?
Yes, they can.
Okay, noted. Thank you.
It should have all that information. I spent all of yesterday updating cards, so if I did them wrong and they're not on there, I will be quite put out.
I'm just new to the cards, so it probably is all good.
Right. Oh,
Okay.
It
is in the description of the cards. It's not showing on the visible part of the cards, but I can fix those all one at a time individually.
Oh, I see it now. Once I expand it, I see the Cyberpunk bit. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I'm in Little Europe, just above. Neon, you coming with me, or am I coming with you tonight?
I'll come over to your place.
Okay.
I'm usually in
Call
Studio.
Tiger
I'm usually. I have a cube out in Studio City, but yeah, maybe. I kind of don't really want to be alone tonight.
Make the necessary arrangements. Get the kit in the Humvee, whatnot. Find out where people are being dropped, etc. And then mention Strider. Strider, this is X1R1. He actually ran with us back before 2020. I hope you don't mind. I've invited him to crash on our couch for a couple of days. He needs a place for a bit.
Give me a.
I will take off the bloody clothes, I promise.
Give me a persuasion fast talk roll.
I think it's they.
Which one, Bacon or Morgoth?
Bacon.
Morgoth.
Oh, fuck yeah. Good.
Bacon for the roll, Morgoth for the they. I mean, I guess we can't just kick them out on the street. So, sure, but not a long-term thing.
No, I got you.
I mean,
Gracias.
right now it can't be a long-term thing because we don't have the place for more than the next 30 days anyway. But I mean, we don't have the money to be really bringing home strays right now. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying we got to be careful.
Wait, what do you mean next 30 days?
Not exactly.
Give me a persuasion fast talk roll.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah. You.
Oh. Let me find it. Hang on. I don't have that skill. Just.
I don't want to be talking out of turn about it, but Grouch got automated 2 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So we're a little strapped. So
Well, I mean, if Nohani's gonna start doing more of this stuff and giving us these weird missions to go out and do things like this, we can keep you in mind. That'd be some extra pay at least for that.
it would be appreciated.
I mean, edge-running jobs, yes, would be one thing, but also, I mean, she's been making us lug all this fucking equipment on buses. And it's kind of obnoxious, to be entirely fair. Maybe a stable paycheck would also be potentially... And, I mean, Neon, if you got a word in, she'd listen to you more than she'd listen to me.
Yeah, I mean, I can talk to her. I could talk to her about maybe like the Humvee's yours, right? That doesn't have a expiration date on it.
It's Strider just looks over and goes, "It's financed."
Yeah.
Close enough. I mean, the idea is that, I mean, we don't have, collectively we don't really have the money for a tour bus or any sort of vehicle, really. I don't really have a license. So, like, we've been having to lug all our stuff around from taxis and other various cars, and it's been a kind of pain in the ass. So maybe maybe I could talk to Nalani about getting something for you, and if you want, you could play tour bus for us for a bit, maybe. I mean, it's not the most glamorous thing in the world, I guess, but
Strider's like, I mean, if nothing else, it's a steady gig until you find a steady gig.
Yeah. And then also, I could act as secondary security. Yeah, it's like, shake my head over it. Thorn is obviously your primary security as well, and really taken care of.
I mean, that's always good too. You You and your friend. I mean, hey, if you want something to do to X1, you know, again, I have to talk to Melania about all this. I can't just say like, hey, I can't just give you jobs myself. I'm not a fixer. I just work for someone. So I'll talk to people, and if she can afford to give you all some pay, you know. Again, I don't know how much or how well it'll be, but
Well, we good. Thank you. I tend to be an asset instead of a liability. We good.
I mean,
Right.
there are a couple of other things we could potentially do collectively if we have in basically. I've been known to do day trading on occasion. I've actually played the stock market on occasion.
Oh God, he's a finance bro. They say as they climb into the car.
Yeah, whatever pays it's literally whatever pays the bills.
yeah, whatever works. I mean,
Yeah.
it seems like both of you. I look at Grouch, and I look at the bloody armor of X1. Like, it looks like both of you are resourceful in your own way.
I have experience. Let's just put it that way.
Well, you do whatever you need to do to make money, but if you try to get me into crypto, I'm driving your car into the bay.
You're not driving
That's
my
true.
car into the bay, and crypto's crazy.
Thank God.
Isn't all money crypto at this point in this world?
I mean,
It's regulated.
cash.
It's not the same.
Yeah, it's all digital. It's not necessarily crypto.
yeah.
Although I do want to point out that in Cyberpunk 2020, the great '90s term "crypto fascist" takes on an entirely another level of meaning.
Yeah, it really does.
Oh.
Yeah.
Uh,
As far as like Doge and Bit and such like this, I
They
borrowed
really
the
don't
line.
exist. What we know of crypto really doesn't exist because the internet isn't at a stage to be able to allow that kind of interaction.
All right.
So
Sure.
there are a couple non-standardized forms of currency, but there's a reason why everyone uses Eurodollars, and that is the Eurodollar remains at a level average based off of the value of 6 different world currencies. So it is very non-volatile, which is why everyone uses the Eurodollar, which is why everyone in the United States uses a Eurodollar, because for the last 15 years or so, the dollar has been crap. So it is actually one of the lowest of those 6 in universe. And that's why everybody uses eddies or Eurodollars instead of, Uncle Sam dollars, because a Uncle Sam dollar is worth about 53 cents on a Eurodollar.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is there's room for us to invent cryptocurrency.
No. Stop.
Okay. Again, I'm going to borrow a line from the first season of Industry. Buy the dip, short the VIX, fuck Bitcoin. Anyway.
All right.
But yeah, it's one week I trade the market, the other week I play cards. It keeps us out of it. Keeps us
Sounds quaint.
total fail.
All right, so
Yeah.
as you pile everybody back into the vehicle and you slowly begin making the rounds, dropping off the various band members. So we will give you a little bit of information so that we can do some character building for the band members as well. The first one that you drop off is going to be Cherry. And these aren't because these are closest or anything. This is just what I'm rolling to randomly to try to get everything done. Cherry lives up in City Center. So you go up there and it's You drop her off at a okay, but not the cleanest or the best neighborhood Conap building. You figure that she's probably renting a cube here, and it's not a bad place to be because it is both in Black Queen's territory and Techno Vikings territory, and both of those are gangs that kind of keep other gangs out, and they allow their territories to overlap because they're both fairly protective gangs. The Techno Vikings, the Black Queens are a straight up Guardian gang. The Techno Vikings are a Guardian gang that is known to have some members that are ethnocentric, but as Cherry is white, no problems, right? So it's not the best neighborhood. It is a gang-run neighborhood, but it's a gang-run neighborhood that's run by two gangs that don't want to fight each other. So that means a third gang coming in is really unlikely, so the violence is a lot lower than one might expect.
I just keep my head down around here.
The next one
Arm around you with the cape.
The next one that you drop off is going to be dropping off Dexy, and you pull up into Little China in front of what's called a coffin motel. And I will explain what a coffin motel is. So when I described that Cherry was living in a cube, what I mean by a cube apartment is it is an apartment that is 3 meters by 3 meters and 2 meters tall. And it's basically a super efficient studio apartment where all of the furniture recesses and sets into the walls and then comes out as different rooms are needed. So you have a bedroom until you wake up and get out of bed. And then you have a living room until you no longer need a living room and need to get work done. And then you have an office. And all of the different pieces kind of rotate in and out of the walls in a very unusual manner that is designed more for space saving than comfort.
Right.
It also means that people that live in cubes generally only have about a backpack's worth of gear at any given time, because anything more than that, you've got no place to put things because everything needs to be able to rotate in and out of the rooms. So that's it. That's what you've got. Dexy, you pull up in front of a coffin hotel, and a coffin hotel is kind of exactly like what it sounds like. Is that as Dexy goes into the interior of the hotel, and the camera will follow her inside for this shot, she will go up any number of floors because this building is going to be somewhere between 5 and 35 stories tall. So at some various floor, probably to quote Ghostbusters, somewhere in the teens, walks out of the stairwell down a long corridor that doesn't have doors. It has what looks like cabinets. And at some point stops at a cabinet that says 17-138. And cues into a keypad on the side of the door. The cabinet door flips up vertically. Mm-hmm. And out pulls what can best be described as a morgue slab with a 1.5-inch foam mattress on it. And once it comes out and remains stationary, a small ladder unfolds from the bottom of the slab. Dexy, guitar in hand, climbs up the ladder, lays on the slab, guitar next to her on the slab, pushes a button on the inside of the inside of the door, which is currently flipped up, The slab retracts in. There is a soft amber light. The door closes.
Yeah.
And that's what a coffin is. And if you really don't have any gear and you really don't want to spend any money on your living situation, that's where you live.
Yeah.
And the final band member that you go to drop off Ariel has a cubicle apartment, but it's outside of town in Haywood. And at this point, I would very much like everyone to roll me a D12. Or a D10 if you want something bad to happen.
I think I'll stick with the 12. Thanks. Damn it.
I will say too that as we're dropping off the girls, like Neon is very affectionate with them.
Okay.
And just kind of just giving them hugs and tell them good night and all that stuff. Like even if I'm assuming someone like Dexy probably isn't as receptive to it, but still will do it and just it seems like it's kind of a ritual thing she does with everyone, just making sure everyone's doing good.
Yeah. You give everyone a warm embrace. Obviously, Cherry enjoys it and embraces back. Dexy kind of tolerates its existence, if for no other reason than repeated ritual is familiar and preferable to unknown circumstances, and kind of gives you the uncomfortable guy, I'm not gay back tap in the process. And as you pull up to another Conap building, Conap, by the way, is a shortening of condominium / apartment, all into just 2 syllables, Conap. And it can apply to anything that has 1 bedroom, 2 bedrooms, or a studio cube. A Conap building generally will have everything, and depending on what neighborhood it's in or what the quality of the building is, prices will vary just like any neighborhood in the modern day. As you pull up to a building in Haywood, you pull to a stop. You get Ariel and some of her drum gear that's collapsible out of the vehicle, and you're starting to shuffle things out and get everything on the street. And I need everyone to give me a perception awareness check.
Better be awareness notice, right?
That's what I want, yes. All right. You all hear and see a number of large motorcycles pulling up. Somebody say 1 or 2.
2.
1.
2, 1.
Good.
2 was first. Okay. So you see a number of vehicles pulling up. And you see what looks like a number of Hispanic bikers on choppers. And I would like you all to give me a Streetwise check.
Ooh.
Jeez. All right. Morgoth, or X1, isn't familiar with this town, so has really no idea who these people are. Bacon stopped running with street gangs before any of these people were born, so really has no idea who any of these people are. Neon and Thorn both know this as a Go gang, which is to say a gang that mostly operates on vehicles, who operate out of Haywood, called the Roaring Coyotes. And as you pull up, you see a fat-looking Hispanic dude with a Cheech Marin exaggerated mustache, and a shock of blue neon hair, a shock of orange neon hair. Rolls up on a trike, literally skipping onto the curb right where you're starting to unload the Humvee.
Happy Wheels ass motherfucker.
And as he just pulls up, cuts the engine down a little bit while everyone else is still kind of motoring behind him. He goes, "Hey, Holmes, I'd never seen that vehicle in this neighborhood before, and it's looking kind of old and military. Kind of like your wrinkly ass. You want to explain to me what you're..." And then he stops and looks over. He goes, "Oh, it's Neon. Oh, you with Jubilee. Oh, it's okay, Holmes. I didn't..." He turns to everybody else and waves, and you just see the fully borged out individual, chrome on chrome, riding an all chrome bike, kind of pulls up to the front of the group and now leads the pack away, and the rest of the Roaring Coyotes pull off while Chubby Rico sits there having a conversation with the group. And he's like,
"Do I know this person?"
You know the Roaring Coyotes. You don't know Rico personally, but you know that he is a lieutenant for the Coyotes. And the Coyotes are generally... they're a Guardian Go gang in Haywood that generally protects the highway side of Haywood, and it mostly makes sure that other Go gangs like the Neon Knights and
no affiliation.
the Neon Knights, no affiliation, and the Tiger's Claw don't fuck with Haywood, because the reputation of Go gangs is that they come in, they hit hard, they hit fast, and they leave before Guardian gangs can do anything. So they all got choppers and they chase their asses down. So
Yes. Hearing him say my name, I'll just kind of like hop out of the vehicle, just kind of wave.
Okay.
Follow behind
Hey.
like a guard.
Hey, is this prehistoric Chumba? He's with you?
Yeah, we did a job together. He's cool. He's not here to guide the show. We're just dropping off
Ariel.
Ariel.
Okay. All right. He looks. He looks back around towards X1 and Grouch, and he goes, "It's cool. We add you to the list. You okay as long as you come through. Just remember this isn't your hood, so be mindful and pay respect."
I heard.
He kind of leans over into Neon. He goes, "Did you hear what that cracker ass Punto said earlier tonight?"
Yeah, the whole registration shit. I mean, it doesn't. That's not gonna fly out here Maybe out in DC where they'll have to lick his boots, but out here,
Yeah.
next he's not gonna do anything about that.
I want to see him come to my neighborhood and try to tell Stone that they got to give up that full body. Because I got to tell you something. And he reaches into his the satin jacket he's wearing, and you just see a 12 millimeter Ares heavy pistol lean out of the inside of the jacket. He goes, "Yeah, I'll register for him. I'll register 12 millimeter rounds at a time for him. I'll sign this wherever on his ass he wants. But he tries coming for me or mine, and he better bring backup. And I mean the fucking Marines backup. Because he comes walking onto the street proper, I'll give him a 2-piece. He comes walking into the street improper, and we got a Happy Meal ready for him."
Oh,
I am. Sorry, I pipe up and I say, "Oh, come on, be a little polite to the leader of this country. At least give him a handshake first," I say as I pop my Wolfers.
Give me a cool plus reputation roll.
Okay. So that's just reputation.
Yeah.
Cool. Click. It's okay.
Nice.
Yes.
Yay! Thorn! Yeah, I knew I liked you.
Yeah, wag.
Yeah, alright. Alright, I'm gonna go catch up with the crew, make sure that I'm not missing out on anything fun, and you all just stay safe tonight, okay?
You too. It's rough out there.
It's Night City. If it ain't rough, it ain't worth doing. And he kicks the bike up and screeches out past the Humvee on his way out and away.
I just kind of look over at Thorn, just kind of, I wonder what Happy Meal he got that track out of.
Ah! Okay, I have to give you that one. That was good. Anyway,
Can I ask? Can I ask a potentially?
in the
Can I ask
meantime,
a demo
Grouch is over
question?
here. Grouch is over here. Called me an old man. This is my ride. The actual fun. Keeping in mind, he's right about the old man thing, but he dissed my ride. The actual fuck.
If you get put on the payroll, we're gonna have to give you a sticker for your car.
Yeah, we'll have to.
Yeah, Haywood approved, you know. Welcome to the neighborhood.
Come in with a new paint job and like hydraulics, and you'll fit right in.
Yeah, just like, you know, go in the bio, pick out your favorite saint, just airbrush it on the side of this thing, and no one will ever mess with you again around here.
You're not wrong.
Neon.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question that you will listen to and not judge?
Maybe.
What is a Happy Meal?
It's a. You don't have Happy Meals where you come from? It's like a.
We don't get food often.
Oh. Well, it's a specialty thing at fast food chains for children usually, but only really corpos get it nowadays. I think we're here from it. They call it a Happy Royale.
Nice. Okay. After that, you managed to have all of the band members dropped off. Are you going to collectively go to try to go to Rex to get rid of the gear, or are you going to split and Thorn and Neon are going to go home while X1 and Grouch go to split out the gear to Rex?
I mean, I probably want to make sure I get paid for my work.
Okay.
So would that be going to Nailani or?
Well, I just mean the. Well, I guess you get paid for your work. Just to
Oh,
I like to make sure I get paid for my bodyguard's work.
Yes.
yeah.
All right. Well, then, as you all get ready to go back into the vehicle, you see X1 say, "All right, give me a second," and he walks over to a. It looks almost like a. For those old enough to remember what these are, because I realize that this is now a dated term, but it looks almost like a newspaper box on the street, except instead of being made out of stainless steel with a padlock on it, it is a block of solid effing concrete that has a television monitor set in the top, and then above the television monitor is a steel partition around the top that kind of keeps the screen protected.
Right.
Okay. These are called street jacks, and these are generally the way that you access the internet when you don't have local internet access within your own place, because unless you're in certain neighborhoods, that shit is too expensive. So this is a community service internet point where people can generally bring their data terms and plug them in order to get today's newspaper, radio reports, that kind of thing. Okay.
No.
However, what hackers do is they use them. Also, you can use them to visit bulletin boards, much as Dexy was doing earlier. What hackers also do is they use them to hack into the system to try to get to places or get information that isn't readily available. To which Morgoth.
You.
Please give me a streetwise roll.
Okay.
But to that, I want you to add your interface as a bonus.
So I got a 6 on the interface. So rolling streetwise as is.
Is an 11 plus 6 becomes a 17. You begin, you hack into the data term, or into the street jack, and you negotiate your way through a number of neighborhood nodes very quickly. None of them are secure. And you head out of one neighborhood node into another, until you get back towards a node for South Night City.
Cool.
And you start visiting, you really quickly dip into 4 or 5 bulletin boards. Because remember, that's the extent of the internet technology right now, ladies and gentlemen, ethers and neithers, is bulletin boards like we had in the 90s, because that is the height of technology and social media. And you dip in and quickly peruse through them until you find hackers discussing where Rex's night market is going to be tonight.
Cool.
Because it's never the same place twice. It is open from midnight to 4 a.m. And at 4 a.m., everyone gets kicked out. And by 4:30, all of Rex's gear is in a moving van. And by 5 o'clock in the morning, everything is put back into the building in exactly the ruined manner it was the night before, so that no one ever knows where Rex is or is going to be again.
Love it.
Neon and the Output Girls have an awesome GeoCities that Ariel runs. Yes, GeoCities, that's where it's at. That's what we got. YMTD doesn't even exist yet. Like, I mean, that's what we're looking at here. For those who don't know what that is, you can Google it, but also don't let me know that you had to Google it because it will hurt my heart. And you find the address that Rex is setting up for tonight. It's going to be on 7th and Oak down in South Central again. He normally tries to find something that's only like on the outside block or a block into South Central or into South Night City, not going further into the neighborhood than that, mostly because most of his customers are coming from outside of Southside, but he's South Night City born and raised, so he likes keeping the money in the neighborhood, as it were.
Makes sense. Cool. Then yeah, hit up Grouch. Let's go, Chum. Have the Addy.
Got it right.
All right.
Is Rex a T-Rex exotic?
We'll find out. Won't? Oh, or are you asking?
That's just what Neon has in your head right now. That's what she's used to.
I mean, come to cases.
So y'all, we're good on the arms, right? And the ammunition and everything.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah. Well, like I say that, well, the shells are still listed, but beyond that, I think we got everything.
Yeah, we can pull those off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just take one gun then, I guess, for me.
Which you want?
Budget arm. Keep it small. Keep it simple.
Keep it cheap.
Yeah. We're trying to get paid. I don't want to keep the most expensive shit.
All right, so you take a budget arms, crappiest handgun in the world. Did you want to grab the 5mm rounds for that?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll take those off of there. Boop boop.
But that leaves the die long, the Militech, the rapid assault, all the good shit.
Yeah. As you all begin traveling back through the neighborhood, you travel back into Night City proper. Everyone give me a D12 as you approach South Night City. I love seeing me some ones. All right. I got an 8 from Thorn and a 1 from Morgoth. How do I make that work? All right. As you are traveling back into the city, when you are passing Studio City, which on 16, so you're going between Little China and Studio City. As you're driving, Grouch,
Yep.
you see 2 red, black, and gold pickup trucks that have 3 or 4 people in the back of the truck, and then 2 on the 2 in the cab as well. So roughly a dozen individuals between the 2 vehicles. They pull up, one behind, one coming up alongside.
Mm-hmm.
And as they pull up alongside, one of the guys in the cab of the vehicle that pulled up alongside of you holds an SMG up into view and goes, pointing to the side of the street.
Red,
Do I
black,
know?
gold.
Yeah. Do I know this through the bandit or what?
Streetwise.
I was going to say.
Everybody can streetwise this.
I'm going to add a bonus to this. And hopefully it doesn't do some... Oh, it does. Sorry for the noise.
Noise is great. I love noise. Everyone is aware that these are Red Chrome Legion, RCL. They are generally considered to be fascist assholes. You are ostensibly just in their turf because the Wang Fang Tong, the Golden Lotus Tong, and the Red Chrome Legion all claim this 2-block area of Route 16 as kind of the no man's land that is along all 3 turfs.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you pull over, you are sitting still and outnumbered. However, you're not disrespecting a gang on their own turf. If you run, you will quickly be out of their territory, but also have acted suspiciously while in their territory. Because they asked you to pull over for a check and you split.
Neon just again kind of sinks into her seat.
I'm going to prepare a tithe,
Okay.
mainly of booze.
Okay.
Good shout. Good shout.
I've got my nylon helmet on, and I've got an arm around Neon, cape draped over her.
All right. Look to the guy. Now he's not pointing the SMG.
Not
right?
at all. No. He is showing you he has one
Mhm.
and pointing you to the curb.
Okay. So I'm holding my right hand is on wheel.
Mhm.
Look over at him. Left hand is up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and on 1 I start pulling over and decelerating.
Cool.
And on 0 I have stopped.
And with that, we will take our break. We'll see if
Take a
everyone
break.
survives when we come back.
Balls!
Welcome to Night City, Chooms. Last night, chat, we played Dungeons and Dragons. Tonight, we play Cholos and Nazis. Cholo is a great word. What, no Battletech? Soon. Possibly. I have to figure out a way to pull data across regularly updating character cards. Like from one character card to another. If you do get a campaign running on BT, I still went in. The current Thursday campaign is ending soon, and it is an idea that Morden has kicked around for what he wants to do for his next campaign. I don't know that it is going to be a thing, but if it is a thing, I will let you know before anybody else knows that it's a thing. All right. How we all doing?
We got the crotch back. Crotch cam back.
Crotch cam.
Man,
So
it was behaving so well.
Yep.
I was telling Jude though how doing the scene with Stryker, you did a good job of recreating how I met my ex.
oh, wow.
of Stryker meeting the band.
Yeah. Sorry. Didn't mean for that to happen, but yeah, you're not wrong. My apologies. Didn't put that one together in my brain sauce. Sorry about that.
You're fine.
Okay.
To be fair, the dice also perfectly recreated my family and Thorn's backstory. So I mean,
Yep. No, it does.
this game
More
just
fine.
decided to get real personal for no reason.
I mean, we're running a personal campaign. It works for me.
Let's get off the personal around town.
Yep.
About
Alright.
Brownie.
I haven't had a brownie in very long, but I will have something later this week because as a fat man and also foodie, I am very interested in culinary culture. And Noctis, you know, my southern brother from another mother, is sending me up a cake. So I will be fat kid happy for a couple days when that gets here.
And that's not a euphemism.
All right. So let's kill the happy music. Go to the suspenseful music. And Jacko, thank you for the subscription, buddy. Oh, that was a gift sub from Haste. Thank you. Haste, thank you for Jacko's subscription, buddy. All right. Just on the verge of Red Chromer Legion territory, 2 RCL transports flag you down, and Grouch pulls over.
Yep.
You see... By the way, remember all those trigger warnings that I mentioned earlier, chat?
Here they come.
Here they come. I recommend everyone, including myself, leave now.
Nice.
This is basically what you're looking at between the 2 trucks. And I will even go ahead and move these all over one spot so that you know what is in each truck.
Right.
Give me 12 seconds and I can deal with a few of them.
Here's hoping, yes?
All right.
Well, hopefully it won't come to that, but whatever.
As you pull the vehicle over, this particular tattooed red and yellow and black and yellow and metallic red wearing individual walks up and taps the clawed hand of his cybernetic limb on the window.
Driver's side or passenger side?
Driver's side.
Dude, here's vodka.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Here's vodka. Just here's the bottle of vodka.
Marvelous start. All right. Hand that over and roll the window down.
He kind of peers in, looks around, tries to eye everybody. Late night for a drive.
Long work.
Looks at the truck. Good wheels. Give me a streetwise roll.
Yeah.
Is this like saying nice Nikes?
Oh dear.
Uh-oh. Wait, everyone or just Bacon?
Anyone can on this one.
Ah, he's asking us for fucking Nikes. No, please no.
Morgoth actually, you all pass. Morgoth actually called it, sort of. He didn't say nice wheels. He said good wheels. If he said nice wheels, That means he's stealing your truck.
Okay.
He said good wheels, as in referencing that this is a good vehicle, not that it's a vehicle that he wants.
Mm-hmm.
So you are not at that problem yet.
Phenomenal.
What's Grouch do?
Says good wheels. Reliable.
He looks at you and nods. You look like you've been around a few times. You did know you were an RCL turf, right?
Honestly, as you said, late night. That was not the intent. Slipped my mind. As you say, I have been around a few times. A few too many.
Persuasion, fast talk. Just bacon.
Yeah, empathy is only showing 6 when it should be 7. BT is only showing 6 when it... Oh, wait, no, that's
No.
because of the... Never mind. I know why.
It's showing 6 because it used to be 7.
Right, got it.
Yeah.
I'd forgotten about
So that is correct.
Well, it really has been a while.
Monsters
Yeah.
we are, less monsters we become.
Yep. Yep.
All right. Do you say or do anything else?
Just trying to close up for the night. One stop left to go. Little bit of a cargo drop off.
What kind of
Get one more
cargo?
message. Hold up the bottle.
Bolshevik. I mean, he kind of chuckles. He's like, I would say nice vodka, except we both know that's a bottle of Bolshevik.
Yeah.
Bolshevik
Yeah.
is not nice vodka.
No. Yeah.
Looks in the vehicle one more time.
Mm-hmm.
All right, it don't look like you're causing any problems. You got a block more to go. If I see this truck in my territory again tonight, I ain't asking. I'm shooting.
What happened?
As he turns and walks and begins to walk away,
Mm-hmm.
you see a heavily chromed woman kind of like leap over the side of the pickup truck to the ground
Mm-hmm.
and walks up and puts a hand to the side of his face so that she can talk to him without her mouth being able to be seen.
Sure.
Can I hear them anyway?
Give me a perception, an awareness notice check. You have a +2 because of your cybernetics. You, however, have a high S difficulty because she is trying very hard not to be heard.
Okay. Just notice +2 on top of whatever I roll.
16.
16? Probably not enough, but yeah.
You can make out her voice, but not enough to really make out exactly what she's saying, except that none of it's pleasant.
pull Neon a little closer as she can see my little ear twitching like I hear something.
He stops, looks back in the rig, in the back, looks at Grouch and goes, "Hey, one more thing.
Mm-hmm.
Your passenger you got in there, a couple cars have passed. They give a wide berth around the three vehicles.
Sure.
Your passenger back there.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a solo named Thorn?"
Would I have any idea why he's asking, or...
You have never seen or engaged, to your knowledge, any of the people that are outside any of these vehicles. You've got a pretty good face for body count, and none of these are in your body count.
Neon kind of slowly reaches her hand, like just kind of rests her hand on her gun.
All right.
Doesn't do anything. Doesn't like just tries to subtly just sort of.
If Grouch looks back at me, I just look confused. I just shrug. In a sort of I'd never seen this guy before way.
And if it is?
If it is, Gina says she's got 50 eddies. That says she's faster than Thorn and can first blood him. So you know what that means. First blooding is a type of duel. It is not to the death. Mm-hmm. It is to a wound which draws blood, which is generally considered to be like 3 wound boxes. So it is incredibly unlikely, but possible, that such a fight can turn fatal. But that's not the intent. And the intent is just to see who's stronger and faster. It's high noon. And Thorn was able to hear all of this part of the exchange because he's right at the window. And there ain't no way that Thorn ain't listening.
Right.
Oh.
Neon just kind of gives Thorn a sort of a wary look.
Thorn thinks about it for a second, leans over to Neon and says, "I'm your god dog. Am I pouncing or am I sitting?"
I just want to get home.
Thorn just... Not
Okay.
tonight.
I will let you guys know, this is how Street Rules works. If you engage in the duel, then they absolutely will not harass you the rest of the night. This is straight up. This is a mano a mano, and it's a fight, and then it's a fight, and then it's done, and then everybody goes on their merry. If you don't, it is both safer and not safer because you're not fighting, but it is a sign of disrespect to the gang.
And
that
I would know
doesn't
that
mean
well
that
enough,
doesn't.
at
Yeah, you
least.
would know that. That doesn't mean they're going to react tonight. It doesn't mean that they're going to cause any problems now. But it means that you are going to be on their list. To be fair, they're Nazis, and you're going to be on their list anyway. They just didn't recognize any of you. Because I rolled, and they didn't. They didn't recognize Neon, which is one of the reasons why this isn't worse than it is. So, this is a situation that's entirely in your character's decision. You can either take the fight and perhaps make some money off of it, and also perhaps not, or you can bounce, which could have ramifications later. One is guaranteed to have ramifications now. One is fairly guaranteed to have ramifications later. And you get to decide which one you want.
And as I say, not my call to make.
I'm full of bad ideas and willing to share, but I'm going to go with Neon on this one.
That way should bounce. Thorn, they're not really the kind of person that wants to put everybody else at risk, though, because if we bounce, and they'll know that car is linked to me, and they'll think I'm a pussy. And I feel like that's putting my issues on everybody else.
To be fair, they're Nazis, and they're going to have issues with everybody in this car. They are white supremacist Nazis. They're going to have problems with literally every single person in this car at some point or another.
Mm-hmm.
There is not a person that has been in this. There is not a person that has been in this car that they wouldn't have at least one problem with in 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Is
Because
Striker
every
with us
single
still?
person that has been in this car is either not white, not cis, or not straight. They're not going to like any of you.
Or all of the above.
1,000.
Or
Yeah, right.
all of the above. Or just a big old
Really,
yes
at this
on
point,
that
it's a out of character. I know it's the wiser choice to walk away potentially in character. Can I justify Thorn doing that? I don't know if I can. I think Thorn is too proud.
All right.
Thorn's gonna clip their cape off, put it around Neon, both to give her just a little protection and also, to potentially boost my reflex a little bit because it'll take some weight off of me.
It's just gonna sink into the cape to try and hide a little bit.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And I put my hand under her chin and I make her look at me and I say, "You stay back here. You do not come out of this car, no matter what."
Yeah. Okay.
And I silently slip out of the car, either out the back in a way that so she won't be seen, or hell, just fucking vault myself out the window. I don't know.
Okay.
Whatever looks cooler.
At any rate, I know I'm well aware now that my passenger has left the vehicle.
Mm-hmm. Nylon helmet on.
Okay.
Would a stare down be applicable here or no?
It's still going to be part of it because it will affect. It will literally affect everything that happens after that.
Yeah.
So, and also, by the way, apparently it's called face down, not stare down, and that was bad on my part. But you step out of the vehicle, you come out.
I will also, at this point, step out of the vehicle.
Okay.
I will act as a witness.
All right.
Is this acceptable?
Just stay hand on the car and don't move forward until you have to.
It's done.
Oh, you know
Someone
what?
does their best work face down.
You can relax. This is not this kind of showdown.
That was great. I'm going to use this map. Because that'll just be fucking perfect. Okay.
Black screen?
You're not on the map yet. Give me a goddamn minute. Every fucking time, chat. Every motherfucking time.
Oh, that's not true. I didn't do it at all last night.
Somebody does it every time. All right. And
If my thing will load, that'll be even better.
it'll pick up in a second. I will pull to scene. Boop. Don't worry, you'll be here in a second.
I see it. Looks good.
Cool.
So it's a face down?
Yeah, stare down should be face down.
Okay.
Which is weird because I've always thought of it as stare down and face off, and never ever used the term face down. But apparently,
I mean, maybe that's the point, is that it's like a mix of the two.
maybe. Or Morgoth. Just change the name of the skill to ass up, and it's good. All right. So we got a crosswalk in the middle of the street. To one side of the street on the crosswalk, we have a bunch of PCs. To the other side of the crosswalk in the street, we have a bunch of militant white radicals.
Ugh.
The guy that was talking before walks up to the woman in question and hands her a knife. He takes one step away from her, looks towards Thorn, and goes, "You got a shiv or you need something?"
I look at him, I look at her, I pop the Wolvers out. And this may be my face down if possible.
And he just goes, "Okay." Puts his hands up, backs away, and he just says, "On you. Give me a face down roll." All right. I need to add a little bit to that. But yeah, you're going to win. Did you want violence or did you want her to try to back down?
I would like her to back down, only if it's the Thorn I am proud enough to face. I'm too proud to back down, but
Okay.
I am certainly proud enough to take a surrender because my girl wants to leave. My girl.
Okay. She is going to choose to not do the thing that you were hoping for. That means
Figured.
that this character, because they have lost a face down to you, literally, until they win a face down or a fight against you, has a -3 on die rolls to interact with you. That includes combat. So, it is time to roll initiative.
I gave.
I know.
Thorn.
I know.
Oh, thank you. Sorry.
Yep.
Okay. I clicked on combat state, so hopefully it should add.
So now
fucking...
you're added into the list. If you go to the combat encounters, which is the 2 crossed swords on the right side, you'll actually be able to click the button to roll initiative because it now puts you into the list. There you go. All right.
Fuck yeah, I'm first.
You have won. Also, a
Bitch.
card was played so that if you lost, you won. So you get to go first.
Cool. So motion is 1 move.
Mm-hmm.
And anything else would be at a minus after.
You can either hold an attack to attack first when she charges you, or you can move and then on a second action attack, which would be at a negative.
Okay. I'm gonna sort of crouch low to the ground and hold an attack and wait for her to come at me.
Okay. The 2 of you stand in the street. You hold down, crouch, ready to go, kind of trying to bait and hide the fact that, your adrenaline has already started flowing. You are already jazzed. You are already fully solo ready. She circles around a little bit and then lunges in. The way melee attacks are supposed to work, and we didn't do this before because it literally did not matter and there was no point in slowing down the game, is when you roll your attack, for melee, it's not against the DC. It's an opposed roll. So it is your brawling.
Base Dragon has purchased 10 packs.
Thank you for the 10 packs. It is your brawling versus their brawling. And if your score beats theirs, then you hit and do damage. So it's an opposed roll, it's not a DC. That won't change the button you hit. That'll just change the fact that the button you hit is going to pull up a DC, and that DC doesn't matter. However, as she lunges in, you get your held action first. So you get to roll your brawling attack the way that you normally would, using your combat awareness as a modifier. She rolls her brawling using her combat awareness as a modifier, and then has a -3 because you good like that.
Could you add my extended canines to the combat thing too?
Yeah, I can do that.
Fighting knife. Thank you.
I for now just use the fighting knife because I don't think I have a card for that yet, but I will make a card for you for that before next week.
It's in the cyberware.
Right, but the cyberware doesn't feed over to combat for. I have to make a separate combat card.
Okay. Is a fighting knife 2d6 + 2 as well, or is it different?
I think it's the same. We'll find out in a second.
As I'm holding an action and she kind of lunges in, I'm gonna make basically an attempt to fake out and use her coming in and attempt to bite like here.
Okay. So you're going also for a called shot?
Would a neck be torso or head?
It would be head.
Okay. Then yeah, I'm going for a called shot in the neck.
Okay.
Could I, or if it's like specifically shoulder down here, would that be more torso? Because I worry
torso.
about killing a Nazi in their terror.
I worry about killing a Nazi. That will be the last time that statement will be said in this campaign, I'm sure.
Yeah. Look, I'm not worried about killing a Nazi. I'm worried about killing a Nazi surrounded by a bunch of other Nazis.
I mean, there is that.
To be fair, they asked for this.
Yeah. Because I don't want to go for the artery. I just want to leave a mark on her.
Right.
So, torso, yes?
Yeah. I mean, it still counts as a called shot because you're trying to hit a specific location.
Yeah, no, I know. -3.
Yeah. But it doesn't automatically do double damage to the head. All right.
So it is less with a fighting knife. I might need to roll another d6 here.
Okay. And
add a +1. Oh, I crit failed that attack though. Yikes.
You did crit fail the attack.
Do I need to roll a d10? Or is that not in combat?
Yeah, you need to roll a d10, or you need to spend a fate point to have not rolled a crit fail and roll again. You do have one fate point.
I'll use my fate point.
Okay.
I'm gonna reroll that.
Okay.
So the attack is still d10. So
yeah.
Please.
So
that's much better.
So your whole total goes up by 6.
Which might be enough, actually.
Which means
Whew.
you will have a 20 versus a 16. So, and then somebody gave you a fate point. So you're back to 1 again.
Thank you.
How much was your damage?
Let's see. It's plus that
9?
9, 10, 12 in total.
Okay.
Not non-lethal damage.
You bite Chink down heavily into the chromed body and the armored chest piece that Gina is wearing. It does enough to do damage to the armor, but not enough to draw blood.
And then just pull back and let her go.
She is now going to make her attack.
Hopefully that card gets there fast enough.
It did.
Good.
Very good.
Give me a brawling check.
Okay. Just. Whew!
Okay. She lunges with the knife, and you sidestep out of the way, so that basically now your positions are kind of switched, and you are here, and she is facing this direction. It's your attack. What do you do?
She's facing away from me. Would grabbing I have two. I'm mulling on 2 choices. Do I try to bite down in the exact same spot I just did, again, going through that chrome armor, or do I grab her shoulder, turn her around, and try to scratch her in the face? I'm gonna try and scratch her in the face.
Okay.
I'm trying to give her a reminder of this. So,
Okay.
-3.
All right.
Yeah, Wolvers. Again, non-lethal. Just
You have a +1
okay.
because
Lovely.
chat.
So that's 20 to attack.
Versus a 16.
And I just wipe her in the face.
All right. You grab, turn, and slice all at the same time. And this is why smart people wear helmets.
Give her that cool anime scar dart down her eye.
It'd be like 3. It'd be the coolest fucking thing ever.
You catch just under the jaw, and you feel the jaw pop and separate as the claws go from here. The traditional forehead down scar. The claws go from here the other direction, not taking out the eye, but cutting across it, and also chopping out a hard chunk of her nose.
Oh, she bloody, yeah.
Yeah, that was 10 wound marks.
Oh,
Like, jaw just kind of dangling. Entire face immediately washed with blood. Just a splatter of blood in the crosswalk of the street. Her immediate initial reaction is to basically try to, backpedal, step away, trying to bring up hands in a guard. What do you do?
The fight was first blood, yeah?
Yep.
And this is first blood?
Oh, most definitely blood.
I
All
am
20 people here have seen blood. There is no question.
Mm-hmm.
I am still a little crouched into my ready position, but I'm not advancing on her. I just kind of turn my head enough so that she could see my mouth under that skull and smirk at her. And basically just I'm ready in case she decides she would like to retaliate, but I'm not going to keep fighting because we're done.
She tries to snarl and sneer and spit in your direction, but that's really hard to do without a properly reacting jawbone. So she's kind of just going to pull away to the side. And everyone give me a human perception roll, please. And gently bleed on the crosswalk.
Oh, please. Fuck.
Okay. Sunburst is Thorn is a little feral at the moment, but everybody else notices that everyone else in the two rigs are unhappy for obvious reasons, but they ain't moving. The guy that you talk to first takes a wide berth around Thorn, keeping head turned, looking in that direction the whole time he's walking over. Reaches into the inside of his jacket pocket and pulls out 50 paper eddies and just hands it to you and goes, "Yeah, give this to them when they calm down. They earned it."
Okay, that's being handed to me?
Yeah.
Okay, very good.
And then he will back away, still doing a wide berth of what he thinks is outside the combat reach of Thorn, and he's fucking wrong. I'm just pointing that out.
Yep.
We'll get back into his truck. The other truck will drive off. And then his truck will drive off.
I get up, bit on the ground, come back to the truck and do that thing where I basically grab the head of the truck and swing my legs in through the window.
Okay.
Before they do, first, hand the money over.
Okay.
Then, this is a bit of a risk and I know it. Reach out to back of head of Thorn. Bring forehead to forehead. Good shit.
Nice.
Yeah.
Then
they seem to they kind of flinch a little, but they do accept that just because, not in a I don't like being touched way, but in a there's another human person here kind of way.
Right.
And also there's a flash of confusion when you hand them the stick as if they forgot this was for money.
That's actually paper heads, but even so.
Yeah, he literally handed you papers. Stick eddies are good. Paper eddies are better because anything that is... There are three ways you can get money. The first is you can have it transferred directly into an account, which is always good so long as you have a legitimate account that things can be transferred into. Second is individual sticks, which are like prepaid debit cards. And those are great so long as nobody fucks with them and puts viruses or taps or trackers on them.
That Maelstrom.
Yes, because those are all
Hell
things
yeah.
that can happen. Handing you paper means this is accepted by anyone. It is taken everywhere. It is untraceable, untaxable, and unfuck around withable because you can't hack paper.
Yep.
So he just handed you paper, which is in street rules, him officially saying this is done and there's no consequences. It's basically him proving that they are not trying to come after you for this.
Right.
Always the right size, always the right
Yeah.
color. Yep.
Yeah. Thorn, after the initial shock wears off of you bringing your forehead to them, they still seem confused, but their tail is wagging. They seem to be a very physically affectionate kind of guy.
All right.
So they'll just get in.
And with that, you will
At the night market.
finish up where you're at on Route 16. You will drive down into a worse neighborhood in South Night City, and you will make it to Rex Royale's nighttime casino. And yes, I will have the tokens for you in just a second.
Hey, there's the black screen.
Oh,
Motherfucker, every goddamn time.
Oh, they'll also take their
I didn't do it this
their,
time with me.
they'll take their fur cloak back by basically just taking it off of one of Neon's shoulders and like basically curling up with her in it.
Nice.
Yeah, Neon will just kind of rest a hand on your leg and just sort of pet you.
I also put 50 euros on your card, just so you know. All right, so you are outside of a large warehouse-looking structure. There are, I'm just going to use the scaver models. They're not scavers, they're just unmarked goons. There are a number of guards standing out in front of the building, flanking the doors.
Excuse me.
If you three won't go in and liquidate your stuff, I can just stay in the car and watch it.
Are you okay?
Fine, just shaking it off. Just rather sit and relax.
If that will be better for you guys, we'll keep it brief, or at least try to. So I actually haven't been to this particular night market before.
Correct.
If it says casino, if there's cards involved, I may be in trouble.
Well, feel free to walk in and find out.
Yeah, well, I mean, X1 is primary contact here, so. But load the bag with the goods.
nope.
And even though Thorn is going to be out in the truck, I'm just going to say just come in so that you can, watch what's going on in the scene, and that's fine.
I'll just look at X and just like, oh, you know this place. Want to introduce us?
So, yeah, I got you. Don't worry, it's nothing fancy. You will literally be the most popular and famous person here, 100%.
Yeah, okay.
Well, I hope so. I may have spoken too soon.
And inside is Adam Smasher. No, wait. You guys go in?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Is there a check at the door?
There is not. No one is, as long as you're not bringing in long iron, nobody is asked to surrender their weapons at the door.
So like my handgun and sword doesn't...
Handgun and sword are fine.
Okay.
This is going to be one of those kind of establishments.
Yup.
There's no problems because everyone is armed. So if everyone is armed, nobody pulls.
Yup.
Right.
All right. And as you enter, you all see a exceptionally well laid out casino. All of the chairs are mismatched, cracked, or broken. All of the tables are scuffed, and in a lot of places the felt is a duct tape quality. However, you see a couple dozen people either gambling or buying and selling weapons. There are people dressed as dealers both at the gaming tables and at the tables that have armor and weapons for sale. The dealers handle transactions. At the high rollers table, you see a individual, kind of young, like maybe early mid-20s at best, but and kind of portly and rather like oval shaped, wearing very short cropped hair, perfectly clean shaven, wearing like a 50s style blazer jacket, except that it is blue and is made of a material that shows cards and poker chips. This individual is Rex Royale. To his right stands someone in white combat armor with a white shotgun and a white baton. You see nothing of their features because their armor encompasses their entire body. To his left, you see Betty Page.
Yep.
You see a number of people from a number of gangs, most of them being centered in or near South Night City.
My character is too young to know what a Betty Page is.
Correct. And you see that there are some nomads in here. There are a couple members of the zoo crew, but not anyone that any of you know personally. There are some piranhas. There are a number of people from smaller scavs or gangs that don't have any kind of reputation. There's half a dozen Joytoys trying to work the room. There's a duo off to the one side that looks like Gilligan and the skipper.
God damn it.
Yep.
Yeah, just a number of different people of all kinds of outfits, groups, colors, all kind of side-eyeing each other at all times, but also nobody making any moves. Some of them are gambling, some of them are buying and selling items, some of them are drinking and trying to work the room.
Mm-hmm.
I have to ask you, is
I don't like the way that's starting, but we'll see where it goes.
Is the Gilligan something you made, or is that an official
No, I
thing?
didn't. In fact, give me a streetwise. You have a +2 on this one because it's a gang that you would be interested in.
I like posers.
19.
The Gilligans
Oh no.
is the name of the gang. The Gilligans are a all-gay guardian poser gang.
This is phenomenal.
Everyone in the gang is made up to look like someone from Gilligan's Island. They all biosculpt to look like Gilligan's Island. Marianne and Ginger are generally trans femme. All of the skippers are the people that are elders in the community and are generally have more of a say in what the gang does. And the skippers and the Thurstons are the elders.
Yep.
Mrs. Howells are lesbian members of the group. Also, occasionally some of the Marians. And all of the Gingers are trans. I don't make the rules. And their techies and netrunners are all professors.
And you didn't make this up?
And I did not make this up.
This is in one of the books?
Hold on. I will give you all a link.
Oh my god, it's real.
Yeah. Now this.
You mean someone else had this idea? Yes.
Seriously, unbelievable.
They are headquartered because how can we make this work better? If you check the map, you will see that they are headquartered in Lake Park. Specifically, Isadora Island in the middle of the lake in Lake Park.
The commitment to the bit is impressive.
Style over fucking substance.
Okay.
Attitude is everything.
This
Jesus.
counts as a corpsing of bacon, although I'm not laughing. I'm groaning in pain. That definitely goes on to the count.
Okay. So, with that said, also in the room, you see, just to finish making all of the important cameos for the room, you see Arnold Schwarzenegger, and did I not drop? I didn't drop. Hold on, let me drop. First person to say a number from 1 to 8.
7.
Okay. And an actual fucking werewolf. No, you
If
can't show
anybody
up now.
wants to come get me, you can.
No!
But you can leave if you want to be like Thorn. But you can leave me in the car. It's okay. They're brooding right now.
So, there's a number of tiger claws in here. There's members of all kinds of gangs. Everyone is moving around and doing their thing.
Okay. Again, as X1 is more familiar with this than I am, where do we go to offload?
So I'm assuming that every dealer, every table can be exchanged. You don't have
Yes.
to go to Rex. That's the high table, right?
Yeah, this is the high rollers table up here. If you want to deal direct with Rex, you go to the high rollers table. If you're just trying to offload some stuff, you just go to a dealer. If you're just trying to buy some stuff that is normally available, you just go to a dealer. If you're going, I really want someone to find me a microwave sniper rifle, then you go and talk to Rex.
Got it. Now, I like Arnold. Let's go hang out with him.
Okay. Yeah, he is also currently talking to one of the dealers as you walk up. And as you walk up, he is currently buying a number of weapons and putting them into, and the dealer is putting them into the bag, like a large gym bag.
Got it.
That he has available.
I'll wait my turn and not draw gaze. I'll be respectful.
Okay. And he just looks at the table. He's like, the 12 gauge auto loader. And the dealer goes, yeah, that's Italian. You want to go pump or auto? And Arnold ignores him and goes, 45 long slide with laser sighting. Yeah, these are brand new. We just got these in. That's a good gun. Phase plasma rifle in a 40-watt range. Hey, look, just what you see on the table, pal. And he grabs a few more guns, and then as he puts the rest of the guns into the bag. He looks at the dealer and just goes, "Hasta la vista. I'll be back." And then turns and walks towards the door. And the dealer just puts their hand in their hands like, "Fuck me. Dealing with personalities. Hey, you look like people. What do you want?"
Offload some gear. And then just load out the everything but the nice gun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which one do you think is the nice gun?
Ooh. Okay. So it would be the two Araska
The Arasaka Rapid Assault 12 gauges?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So a Militech Avenger is always looking at the table. A Militech Avenger, pretty standard. Yeah. Lots of people like those. Dylong Cyber Mags. Who the fuck did you knock over that was dealing with this cheap Chinese crap?
It wasn't me. It was someone else. Knocked over someone else. Knocked over someone else.
Uh-huh. Ackler Koch MPK-9. All right. We can get a little money from that. Couple budget arms. I mean, they're light auto pistols. Crowbars, baseball bats, fighting knives. Everybody's always looking for those. Oh! Kevlar vest, some leather armor. Grabs up one of the armored vests. Puts 2 fingers through the side. Let me guess. One careless owner?
Previous. Yeah. It's careless. It's okay. It's okay.
All right. Hey, digging whiskey. All right. Tequila. Oh. All right, look.
Don't mind the vodka. Sorry.
All right,
Sorry.
I'll take the Bolshevik off your hands, but I ain't paying you for that shit.
That's fair. I don't blame you.
Okay. Give me a minute here. Let me do some quick maths on this. See what kind of eddies we can offer you. And
in the meantime, Grouch is looking around a little bit, seeing tables, and then
you hear the chingling of dice and chips.
Yep, and then I look over in this direction.
Uh-huh.
I see a face.
You see a face. You see.
I know.
That is a face you know.
Yeah. Having said, they're busy, one would assume.
They are currently playing some blackjack.
Oh. Well, let me look. What's their min bid over there on that? I may have enough on me for a couple of shots, but that's about it.
10 credits.
Well, I've got the 10 from the earlier bet.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've got call it, maybe I have 30 on me. I could probably.
Yeah, you could. I mean, if you win, you can play longer.
I'll check with X1. I'm going to head in that direction real quick. I see a face I know. I'm going to check in. You good?
Yeah, just nod. Cool.
All right. So I will head over in that general. See if there is a chair available at the table.
Okay. As you walk over, she sees you, looks up, and her expressionless, emotionless, resting bored face kind of almost lightens up a little bit. And she was like, "Hey, Chum, I wouldn't think this would be your scene."
I play occasionally, but we're actually here on business. Having said, it's good to see you. How you doing?
Just waiting for the next big prank.
Quite right, too. Yeah, I'll throw down a mid bid on a hand, assuming there's a spot available to tip.
Okay.
But just a min.
There we go. All right. So this is the individual that he is speaking to. Come back to X1. I mean, it all works. None of it's top shelf stuff. But
I'm not trying to play grab ass unless you are. Cut me a deal. I'm chill.
$250.
All right, take it.
Cool. Hands you. He's like, do you want cash or a stick?
I mean, we're gonna blow it here. Whatever's easier for you.
All right.
We are?
I'm just sweet talking up. I look at Dion. I'm like, no.
He puts something about the size of a metal, about the size and shape of a metal stylus, into a reader on the table, and as the tip goes in, a bit of a screen pops up, and he types on the numerical pad. He puts in an amount and then puts in a passcode, covering his hand with his other hand as he does so. Pulls out the stick, hands it to you, and goes, "There you go, chum. 250 pre-medis."
Thank you. Have a good night.
All right.
And I just walk over to Neon and slide her the stick.
All right. Meanwhile, we cut back to the table. You and 3 other people have all bet in on this round of blackjack.
Yeah. Please
give me a gambling roll.
How much money did you give me? If I have
250.
250. Okay.
You straight up tend the roll, bro. Seriously.
Yeah, straight up tend the roll.
Seriously.
And then I almost did it again too.
Well, fortunately, it only bounces once, so I don't care.
Oh, it only bounces once still. Yeah, I straight up 10 the roll. So, I think that's split aces 3 times, turn into blackjack all 3. Oh, there we go.
All right. Now, even if he rolls another 10, that's only a 25. He can't touch you. Let's say you make $40 total eddies on that hand.
40 on the 10. Cool.
Yep.
All right, put that up.
You see that your crew is on the way. Do you want to try to squeeze in one more hand before they get there? Feeling hot?
No, but I will leave 10 for the dealer.
Okay.
Because that is the right thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Pay respects to Nosferatrix.
Okay.
As mentioned. And we'll head back over towards the crew.
All right. You have 30 more eddies. You get off the table and walk over to the crew, and they kind of meet you halfway.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, who's your friend?
It's Nosferatrix. Did a favor for her a little bit ago, a few months ago.
She seems nice.
You know, it's all about building the family. Building up the connections, building the family. You do good for them, they do good for you. That sort of thing. Now this one, got to be a little careful about, but there's a non-zero chance I might be able to call in a marker if I need to. I'd prefer not to need to, because it just, unless it's absolutely necessary.
I've never really been to a place like this before. There's so many people around and all kinds. I don't think I've seen a lot of different gangs just kind of hanging out with each other. And some kind of sad Thorn's not here. There's a straight up werewolf down there. I think they'd be impressed.
The others, yeah. Yes, this as I said, this is actually the first time I've been to one of these. But this is Credit Suisse for all practical purposes.
Grouch, give me a streetwise roll, because this is a gang when the werewolf is mentioned, this is a gang you might know. when you give them a look over. This is a group you might be familiar with.
I mean, I'm assuming it's the same as Vampirella over there.
It's not.
It's not terrible.
Oh,
17.
Okay. You guys thought the Gilligans was strange. Believe it or not, the werewolf that you see, by the way, you know his name is Larry Talbot, is a member of a gang, a member of a Go gang called the Dragula Racers.
Is it a Great Dane werewolf?
No.
Oh, thank God.
They are a Go gang, poser gang, who model themselves after Universal Monsters characters and drive and race gothed out street vehicles. Preferring supercharged limousines whenever, supercharged hearses whenever they can get them. Because who doesn't?
I can appreciate vehicles and all, you know.
who is what is the Nosferatrix from?
Oh,
Let him check his notes.
yeah.
I didn't know.
Harmonic vampires.
Oh, right. All right. Well, are we all good here?
Now, what'd they give us for the miscellany?
Like half of what we need. So we gotta double down, go on a table, bet everything, and then we head out. I promise you, I've done this before.
Is that really necessary? You know.
Oh, necessary? No. But we can't like come in looking all like poor and leaving looking all poor. We gotta like leave looking good. Know what I mean?
I love this.
No, I don't. But
Don't worry. Trust me. I always win in things like this. Always.
that's what people who lose say.
It's because we're new, Hermana, we're new. This is a sign of good faith, no?
Okay. I mean,
Hey!
you want...
I knew we liked each other. Okay, and real quick, double or nothing, 250 out, 500 leave.
you want to bet the whole credit check, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go big or go home.
So you can blackjack.
Keep an eye on this.
You can
because
5 card on a table, or you can. You can blackjack. You can Texas Hold'em, or you can throw it all on a roulette table. The roulette
You
table
can bet
is
your share. I'm not betting mine.
The roulette table is the worst odd. Is the biggest odds of losing, but the best return if you win. The 5 card requires the most skill, and the blackjack. There is a high-end blackjack table that is a minimum of 100 euros a hand, so you could drop on that in 2 hands.
So, wait, Grouch, you like gambling, no?
I just did mine.
Oh, okay. Never mind. We can play it safe or we can go big. Blackjack, simple, double down, 50-50 chance. Roulette, 35-1. That's good.
If you're gonna make me bet something, I'd rather bet something I can be skilled at. Actually reading the room. The games of chance are just not really my thing.
I can't argue with that.
Yeah.
So out of character, can I stack these cards, or is like one the only one I'm allowed to?
Yeah, you can only do one of those. You could do the one that you played. You can do a +1 card, and you can do a +1 in chat with points, and that is the mostest you can work in your favor.
All right, I'll give me a +1 in addition to the
card you played. Okay.
Yeah.
And I looked at my sheet. I actually have more than I thought, but
Where's X1 going?
Blackjack. I'm not trying to be shitty. Unless I win. And then I'm gonna come back and then act shitty. Go tease.
Okay. Roll me a gambling check.
Okay. EK.
Wow, it's a shame you burned that card.
No, it is not a shame. I make good on my promises.
It's true. Okay, so you get a 10 because you played a crit success card, and then the first die you rolled is a 10, which means your total is a 30, and then you had a +1 and a +1, so your total is a 32.
it's a double down of exacta. We may as well take them out
So-
for horses.
You go in for black. So you watch. You watch. He's like, okay, I'll be quick, and they walk up to the blackjack table, and they put down 100, and as the, card face down, card face up. Card face up is a 10. Or sorry, card face up is a king, and they go blind double down.
Take it.
So now it's so now X1 is in 200, right?
Yep.
And cards come around, other people play. Got a couple busts, couple 17s, couple 18s. Flips the other card over, ace. Blind blackjack, and walks away with an extra 200.
All right, Toombs. Kept my promise. Let's go. Thank you for believing in me. I believe in you.
I just look at him in disbelief, and then
I just
cool. The fuck, and then just start walking out.
I did very quietly under my breath say over to X1. So how long exactly has been Dame Fortune filleting you now? What the hell?
We long-term friends,
Nice one, Job.
All right, so
Nice one, Job.
Thorn sees the three of them walking out, laughing. Two of them are laughing stupidly. Neither of those two is Neon, who just has resting the fuck face, trying to figure out what just happened as they all approach the Hummer.
All right.
They're just kind of leaning against a window. They're not even looking at anything in
Okay.
particular.
Just kind of hops in.
Right.
Hey, hon.
Got what you needed?
Yeah, and then some. Apparently, X1 is good at cards.
Oh.
And I thought I was good, but jeez,
Hard at the cards, Toombs. Hard at the cards.
hard of them, man. Jeez.
Is that your only vice?
Nice to go.
I mean, I thought this is. What do you mean? This is blackjack, not Yu-Gi-Oh. What the fuck are you talking about?
And you start to drive away. Where are you headed?
I will kind of elbow Thorn too and go. There was a werewolf in there.
Well, there was
As
a
the car's
werewolf
pulling
in there,
away,
and you
wait,
didn't
wait,
come and get
wait,
me.
We were just gonna be here for, like for a couple minutes, but no, there was like a werewolf body sculpt in there. It was pretty cool. You should sing it.
Motherfuckers. One time I sit in the fucking car.
Won't happen again. Promise. Sorry.
I give a puppy.
All right.
Um,
Where's Diamond?
Thorn probably would have checked ahead of time too. If Tagger is Tagger gonna be at home? Is Tagger at somebody else's house? Or
You get a message from you call him while you're in the truck waiting, and he's just like, I mean, I can be home if you want me to be there when you get there, or I can be scat.
you can be scat, or you can be on the couch. Those are your options.
I think I'll go couch.
All right. Then you get pancakes in the morning.
Ooh. All right.
And I'll just bring Neon home with me.
Okay. You
Get
guys.
these two dropped off.
Okay.
Make sure. Oh, and then they'll so you guys you kids will get your fixer to contact me about the thing and the other thing, because I still got to get paid for
Yeah,
the ritual.
it's only 2:00 in the morning. She's probably not available just yet.
Yeah, wouldn't think so.
Yeah, we'll call you.
All right.
Maybe Thorn will call you.
Okay,
Yeah,
I don't have a phone.
I don't.
And I also make absolutely sure that X1 has my number. Personally, this is not a business transaction. This is not.
We're friends now.
I mean, we could just be that.
Nice, Riz.
The saga continues.
But yeah, make sure they get back safe. Then
Okay.
X and I head back to mine. And
No, get them. We should do business with them again. You know what I mean?
yeah, contacts have been made. We'll see what's what.
All right. We cut to the apartment.
I think we just have like a 1-bedroom.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Just trying to figure out which. I've got a few different maps. I'm well prepared. I just need to officially declare something as being used for that purpose. Because unfortunately, all the ones that I have are probably a little bit. They're either a little bit better or a little bit worse than yours should be right now. So I'm just trying to figure out which one I feel the most. All right, we're going to go with this one. I'm just going to change it up just a little bit. And what I mean by that is when you get here, the apartment looks like this, and I'll put the other two in just so that they can interact with the scene without actually being there. It looks like this, except that there's no porch or no balcony, and that's a solid wall with a window in it rather than a big old windowed wall.
Your place is way nicer than mine.
It'd be lovely if I could contextualize.
You
if
don't
I
have
actually-
one.
Ooh, snazzy. I mean, even without the window wall.
Yeah, it's not too bad. As the two of you come in, you guys see Tagger is stretched out on the on the sofa watching some vid reel. And as you come in the door, yeah, it chose to work this time. As you come in the door, you just hear Tagger is just like, "Oi, so how'd the show go then?" And just looks and just sees you generally covered in blood, and he's like, "The fuck you do with your night?"
Nothing. None of this blood is mine. Not even a little bit.
Nothing. You did something, you fucking cunt. You're covered in fucking blood.
I come around the couch. I have one arm around Tagger's neck. It's a very light bite on the shoulder, and I put the bottle of whiskey right in his lap, and I start walking towards the sink to wash myself off.
Know what? And he pops the cork. All's forgiven, and just starts slugging it. He looks over. He's like, "Hey, Neon, how'd the show go?"
Good.
Good.
We met some new fans.
Fans are good. Fans, I mean, I'm assuming fans are good, and by fans you don't mean fucking psychos.
We met some of those too.
I cut a Nazi's face open like a fucking stick of butter.
Hey! That's what I'm talking about. You cut them fucking Nazis. Alright, well, room's yours. Don't worry, I made sure it was deloused.
I don't know if it'll allow us. Maybe just probably got fleas you bring in.
Oh, yeah, I'm the one bringing in fleas, and you know it. Don't insult him like that.
As you say that, he takes a finger, specifically the middle one, and rolls it up under the spiked leather collar that he wears. He goes, "Don't worry, I got me collar on, you bitch." This, by the way, everyone, is Taggart. All right, well, I'll make sure to keep the volume up loud so I don't hear nothing. And if I don't wake up in time,
Tagger, don't insult me like that. You're allowed to jerk off to our sounds anytime you want.
And if I'm not awake yet, make sure I'm up when those fucking pancakes are still hot. And what do you do?
Mostly just washing off the stuff from my hands and the mask at the moment.
All right. So you.
I'm gonna head into, especially this is the red. Yeah. I'm gonna head in the bedroom.
Okay. So.
Sort of get cleaned up and.
You head into the bedroom. Thorn heads into the washroom. You stand in front of the mirror using an old towel, trying to remove as much of the bloodstains from your hair and armor as you can. You've already wiped most of it off your face, but you do have to wash everything down at this point. And you look in the mirror. And give me an empathy roll.
Okay. There we go.
Okay.
Average for me. Jeez.
You saw more action than you were expecting tonight. And you had to be a little bit more aggressive. But as you stare into the window, into the mirror, talking to yourself, you just keep justifying to yourself that you didn't kill anybody that wasn't already planning on killing other people that were already defenseless. And the only person that you specifically attacked for money that wasn't planning on killing a defenseless person was a literal fucking Nazi that paid you for the privilege.
Also challenged me first.
Yeah.
So,
So you kind of just take a moment while you're cleaning up and kind of just justify to yourself that all of this just is what it is. And all in all, you kind of weren't the bad guy in any of this. What do you do?
I try my best to wash everything off. I feel as though I need to wash off something that's not blood. And eventually the Tiger sees me raucously coming out of the bathroom and just goes, "I'm giving up, taking a shower."
Okay.
And I go get casual clothes to change into after a shower.
All right. As you come into the bedroom, Neon, what are you doing?
Neon just kind of also just kind of taking off most of her gear and just kind of resting it down, trying to get some level of comfort. Probably just kind of very stressed out at this point. Putting her hair down, putting her guns and swords away, taking off a lot of her like show gear, and just sort of collapsing on the bed a bit.
Thorn, you walk in. This is what you see. What do you do?
Got my gear cleaned up, just figured maybe I should just take a shower.
Yeah, sure.
Do you need a shower?
Oh. It was a hot stage. Probably put some sweat. Yeah, I can join.
We can, save some water.
I don't want your bill to get too high.
Skip into the bathroom with a towel on.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll move in with them.
Okay.
We have a nice, safe, good Christian shower together.
We leave plenty of room for Jesus.
Hey.
All right. And assuming after that, back over there.
Mm-hmm.
It's the end of the night. A difficult night for both of you. A longer night than you expected for both of you, even though you expected to not be back here yet.
Steph, like the entire time you're with Thorn in here, drying up. There's even a point where they're like drying your hair. Ooh, don't do that, monitor. There's even a point where they are straight up drying your hair with a towel. They have this look in their face that you, as a partner of a year, are familiar with, is them constantly... There's this look in their eye when they are thinking about saying something and very, very carefully weighing the consequences of saying something. It is a look that they have maybe more than they should, but they constantly look like they are thinking about saying something and then don't. For like an hour.
Neon will just we'll see this and note it until we're all kind of like done and back in the room, and Neon will sit on this like thing, chair thing, whatever it is, and just like lean on it, but just like look at you and just go. So, are you doing okay? Do you want to talk about it?
I mean, talk about what? It was a flawless run.
Yeah. I mean, to be... I never seen you like that before. I know you can hold your own, obviously. I mean, that's how I met you. You knocked the shit out of those turfs that were making problem with our concert, but like, to actually see you tear off a person's face like that, that's a whole new thing.
It's they just sort of stretch and are like idly putting their casual clothes on as she's talking. It's new for you, I guess, but I mean, you've been asking Neilani for the edge-running jobs. This is the job.
I know.
I mentioned I've done it before.
And it's just something to get used to, I guess. I've never really been in this kind of situation before. And I know that, that's what this is about, right? It involves a lot of life or death situations, and people are gonna get hurt or die or whatnot, but like, I don't know, I just never... It's one thing to hear about it. It's another thing to see it firsthand. And I don't want you to feel uncomfortable. I'm not trying to admonish you for it, obviously. Like, you did a really great job out there. You're very good at what you do.
They pop out the wolvers, put in the wolvers, sort of pop them in and out like they're looking at them as you're talking.
I know you've done stuff like this before, but I mean, I don't really know what you did or have done. You don't talk about it that much.
I was back in the UK. Not a lot of it really has much relevance here anymore.
I mean, everything has relevance. Everything, your past is what makes you who you are now.
As soon as you say that, their eyes look like they kind of glaze over a little bit.
It's just, I don't know. We've been together for a while now, and I still don't really know a lot about you. I know about you, but like, you don't talk about yourself much.
I'm simple. There's not a lot to talk about.
Your face says otherwise. You keep saying you're simple, but so many words go through your mind at a mile a minute. I can see the way your ears move and your tail bristles, and yeah, I know you like those. I know those things give you some sort of gender euphoria and stuff, but like, it also doesn't. It also, it doesn't really hide your emotional states.
Well, I've been told my face was never really good at expressing it, so, maybe that's a blessing.
I mean,
What do you want to know?
I don't know. Like, what did you do? What was your job? Who did you work for? Like,
I did edge running jobs with Siobhan. I told you that much.
yeah. And then I ask, oh, was that who was she? How is she doing? How's she doing? Or I know she passed, but you don't say anything about it.
There was an accident. While we were doing a job, she died. I haven't done the job since then.
Well, do you feel okay about tonight?
I mean, nobody got hurt that didn't deserve it or wasn't going to get hurt anyway.
Yeah.
Do you feel bad about what I did? Did I do something wrong? Did one of them hurt you and I didn't see? Did they scare you?
It's an intense situation, to be sure. I mean, I like I said, I'm not new to this, so maybe I had those first show jitters. Haven't had those in a long time, but no one hurt me. I'm fine.
Then I did my job.
Sure. I wonder how that's affecting you.
Nothing I haven't not used to at this point. Well, I mean, maybe I'm a little rusty. Like I said, it's been... Fuck, has it been 5 years now?
You're a little rusty.
Could have got the back handspring a little better on that last one.
No one saw you in that place. You decimated those people before they even reacted. You call that rusty?
I missed the crossbow shot.
I don't know. I've heard that I hear about what the things do, but like the way you move is more like fucking from a movie or something, like some special forces guy or something.
Is that bad?
Not necessarily, no. I mean, no, it's not bad. I'm just surprised. Again, I wish I knew more about you sometimes.
They seem to... They're like done putting on clothes at this point, and they sort of tap a hand on the desk. Again, they're calculating. And they look up at you, they sort of cross their arms, and they're like, one thing. I won't avoid a topic. You can ask one thing. And I know you know what me avoiding details is. Pick carefully.
I guess gonna put on the spot like this, huh?
As far as I'm aware, you like being in the spotlight.
You're not comfortable with me doing this.
I'm not comfortable existing. Most of the time. You're not doing anything wrong. I just...
But you've been so... You're so against it, though, when I bring it up.
Against what, in particular?
I feel like this is something I can do too. I have training, I have skills. Not formal training, but I grew up, you know what happened, you know what the things I've been through. I can... But you're
I know the things you've been through. And they sort of come up to you, put a hand on your shoulder, and put their forehead to you. And I'm pretty fucking determined to make sure nothing happens to you again. Is that your question? Why I don't like the idea of you edgerunning?
I mean, I assume it has to do with your partner.
Thorn takes a deep breath. They're thinking through, but not the kind of thinking through that they do when they're thinking about whether they should say something, more the thinking through, how do I phrase this way? I ran with Siobhan for 5 years. We did very dangerous stuff. And the reason she met me and the reason she was interested in working with me wasn't romantic at first. It's because I had good information for her. But a lot of the things I knew and a lot of the leads that I gave her led her into situations 10 times more risky, 10 times more dangerous, but 10 times more impactful. And the main reason she died, and unfortunately this is all I'm going to say about it, is I gave her the idea for the job that we did when she died. And I couldn't get her out of the situation. I tried at my best. We were this close. And as much as you might think, oh, me missing one bow shot is rusty, oh, me getting a backspring is not that good, all it was 1 second. 1 second of hesitation, 1 second of me breathing when I should have been running. And she was gone. Because the people we were up against don't fucking think when they see us. They just start shooting. You want to defend Joytoys. I do too. I think that they are not protected. I think people think that they're easy targets for that reason. I know you want to look for who you're looking for, but you are putting yourself next to people that are preyed upon when you are already somebody who is probably the most preyed upon here. You are putting yourself in the line of fire over and over and over again to make a statement, and I get it, it matters, but They stopped for a second, like they were gonna say a certain phrase, and then they sort of backpedal and they're like, I'm nervous. And yes, I want to be flawless the second I go in because I have to be. Because one little crack is all that needs to happen for them to shoot through me and to you. That is why I'm scared. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I don't doubt your capabilities. I just don't want you to use them. Because I don't want you to have to. And the only way to do that is to make sure everybody, the next 3 fucking states over, knows that to get to you, they have to get through me, and I am not to be fucked with, ever. It's why I took a chance and killed that 5th guy instead of trying to intimidate him away so he wouldn't make noise. It's why I went off on that Nazi for challenging me. It's because when I go out and I take those chances, I'm gambling myself. If I try to run away, or if I try to be merciful, I'm gambling you. And I'm not gambling you, ever.
I just sometimes wish you'd share it a load. You say you're not gambling me, but if something happens to you, I mean that's still every only thing of importance I have outside of the band.
You got lots of things of importance, darling.
You think so? If you say so, but I'm just fucked up girl with a dream, you know.
They like bring their hand up and start rubbing your cheek, and they're like, "You're barely fucked up. You haven't let yourself be yet. That's what makes you someone enough."
I'm trying.
They like put their forehead into your forehead and then sort of slide their head down and nuzzle into your neck.
Okay. She just kind of has like a bit of a giggle and just kind of leans into you. I'm not saying I don't appreciate what you do, because obviously I do. And I'm proud of you, what you do. I don't want to take it away that I'm trying to make you feel bad for being protective of me and or being good at your job. Doing what we hired you to do. But I don't know. I just sometimes think that you throw yourself out there so much. I don't know if you... And you get so focused on me not being hurt physically. I don't know if you understand or think about... You charge in doing your job, then doing it well. You think about, making sure that I'm protected. I don't know if you always think about what would happen if something bad happened to you. And the emotional toll that would take on me. And this is what we signed up for. So I'm not trying to admonish you for this So that is how this job works. This is what this job is. I just wish you'd let me do more. I want to be your partner. Not just in the bedroom or on the street or, as a couple, but I want to be your partner in this job.
We both have good roles. I mean, I definitely don't feel like I'm supporting that much when you're talking. You are good with people, and as much as I want to be good with people, I'm not. Just let me do what I'm good at. You don't have to worry about me. I don't charge in unless I'm sure. I'm very careful like that. As much as it might seem effortless and thoughtless, it's really not.
Oh, I trust you. I do. I do trust you. I don't want to come off as a note.
Besides, I mean, you and that grouchy pants managed to talk down half of those motherfuckers after I was done. It's not like you're not pulling your weight.
Yeah, I mean, I figured the Vox recorder would come in handy for these situations, not just on stage, but, being able to modulate your voice for different things helps. I don't know. I'm just... It just took me a bit aback, more than I thought it was going to, seeing you do all that firsthand. And like I said, I don't want to make you self-conscious of it. I'm just something I'm getting used to.
You have only seen me the way that I act around you. And they put their hands on your shoulders and start walking you back towards the bed, not in a seductive way, just literally moving you. And if you never thought, conceptually, of me being the kind of person who can hurt someone, and I sit you down on the edge of the bed, then maybe I'm just doing a good job as a partner to you. And they start trotting over here to this little bonsai tree that they have, a little oak bonsai tree that they have on the desk. Which means at this point that they're about to do some weird pagan shit.
You are a good partner.
If you're worried about me, they sort of pull out something, and they get a little snippet of the bonsai, and they have what looks like a little leather bracelet thing, and they come over to you and they're like, "You ever seen one of these before?" They show you the inside of the bracelet, and there's a little zipper.
No.
It's something you use to sneak LSD into festivals. That's not what I'm using it for. They zip it open, and they put a little clipping of the bonsai tree into it and zip it up. and they hand it to you.
Some kind of magic talisman.
You could say that.
Are you trying to make me a fertility goddess?
I don't need a clipping for that. But think of it like a promise. It's a little thing you got connected to you that I've got connected to me. They the Thorn in literally every single one of their outfits has these like fingerless gloves that go at least all the way up to the elbow, and they show you that they have a little branch tucked in theirs too. And they like tuck it back in.
Are you proposing to me?
No, good lord. Relax. First of all, relax. It's something that is very meaningful to me in my practice. I mean, I've told you about the little tree over there, right? I like, for the audience purpose, it's a little bonsai tree that is made out of an oak branch that has little strings and little paper chains decorated all over it, like on the branches itself.
I don't always truly understand it, but you told me about stuff like that, yeah.
It's Hearn's oak. It's something I use in my practice. The little branch, when you give a little clipping to somebody, basically just means that it's somebody that you are living for. They try to say it nonchalantly.
Neon just sort of smiles at that.
Dagger's got a little clipping of it too.
Goes both ways though, right?
If you wanted to.
Because that means I'm living for you too.
If you want it to mean that, sure.
That's just physics. Science, you know?
I mean, I don't know if it necessarily means that much if you don't believe in Hearn, but you can logic that out if you like.
I can teach me how to talk to him, and I'll see ask if it works that way, or however. I don't know.
I don't know. They like lean down because you're like on the edge of the bed, and they start to nuzzle their face into your neck. You seem more like a Satan worshiper to me.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. is that supposed to be a dig?
It's supposed to be flirting, actually. Though when you're gay, it kind of the line kind of blurs a little bit.
Are you saying I'm egocentric? I'm only just thinking about myself as a god. With that kind of Satanism?
I'm saying you're hot and it makes me horny.
Oh, I see. That's what you're doing. I mean, you have to say these things, use your words. Like a good dog.
Oh. Tail wagging.
I'll say one more thing. She'll just kind of just kind of look at that and goes, well, then if you're so stressed out for the night, I have a few ways I can help with that, at least.
Did you like seeing me throw people around? Just out of curiosity. If it scares you, that's fine, but just wondering.
I mean, outside of the whole face ripping part, I was kind of jealous.
Well, good to know. They pick you up by your under your armpits and throw you back and start crawling over you.
There we go. All right.
Yeah.
And with that, We cut to 8 a.m. in the morning. None of the characters are awake. However, there is another news broadcast. This one is from the governor's office, and is the governor's press secretary, Maria Mendez. There are a number of medias gathered at the steps of the governor's office, to which Maria Mendez steps forward and says, I have a prepared statement, and I'm letting you know in advance, I'm not going to be taking any questions. You're all recording? Good. To President-elect Gerald Hastings. As the press secretary for the governor of the Free State of North California, the governor would like to make sure you're aware of a few things. Number one, important press statements should not be made at 1 o'clock in the morning. They should be made during business hours so that everyone can respond appropriately. The governor and I, in fact, had to wake up in the middle of the night to deal with this crap. Second, the governor would like to remind you that the free states, which are part of the new United States of America, due to their status as free states, have the carte blanche to choose to ignore federal laws, federal statutes, and executive orders which we feel are not in the best interests of the citizens of our free states. To that end, the governor wishes to politely inform you at a reasonable hour in the morning that under no uncertain terms will the populace of Northern California be forced to submit to being legislated into lists that historically have nothing but the worst of intentions and the worst of outcomes. Finally, the governor of North California, the Free State of North California, would like to remind you that the NorCal military base, a NUSA federal military base, remains open and active within Northern California at the wish and complimentary attitude of the governor of North California. The governor does not suggest that you consider any action to impose your intent upon North California. Our border with SoCal will remain as it is currently, which is to say, guarded, protected, but open. The governor of Northern California, the Free State of Northern California. Expects all further communications regarding this to be handled through proper channels. She looks up at the medias and she goes, "Thank you all for coming," and turns and walks inside. And with that, we cut. So, chat, now is your time to decide who you want to give a fate point to. Do you give it to Thorn for making someone else literally face tank? Do you give it to Bacon for Grouch handling himself through 2 different gang checkdowns? Do you give it to X1 to Morgoth for X1 making a good amount of money tonight and in fact not losing his clothes this episode? And do you give it, unfortunately, or do you give it to Jerica for Neon successfully treading water for 4 hours while being in over her head? Thorn for the anti-Yahtzee.
I mean, yeah. I'm going to vote for somebody else because that's kosher, but, you know, just anti-Nazi's a good reason.
I mean, just saying.
Can't say no to that.
I mean, it's literally Thorn for sticking it to the Nazi.
In addition, while you guys are going, and in the future we'll probably spit this around to everybody, but for now, just a little bit of closing housekeeping. All the models in this game were built with Hero Forge. All the players made their own models, and all the models shown in the series can be found in the Hero Forge community by Hero Forge subscribers searching for the 2025 tag. The maps used in the series are by Solution, Chepaku, I'm pretty sure that's right, VD Cyber, Frag Maps, or available on the Artel Saurian website. Music played during the show is from artists such as Tabletop Audio, Karl Casey at Whitebat, Neon Shudder, Kenshiro Plus, Gregorio Franco, Mangadrive, Quine, and See Thomas Howl. And also, please check out our other shows. If you're watching this on YouTube, check us out at Twitch at Twitch/SingleStepGaming. If you're watching this on Twitch, check us out at YouTube at Single Step Gaming. We are also on Blue Sky at Single Step Gaming. And check out our merch store for fun campaign-related merchandise for this and our other campaigns at singlestepgaming-shop.fourthwall.com. And Twitch subs get a discount on all merchandise at Fourth Wall. Let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 Thorns, 1, 2, 3 X1s. Phone died early in the stream. Big sad. It will be up in a couple days on YouTube. Other than that, the VOD will be available in Twitch. So you got options. But thank you for coming back. Sorry you missed part of it, but you know, we'll be here for you whenever you're here for us. Neon for therapy, talking her boyfriend. Nice. That's close, but it looks like it goes to Thorn by a pinch. Thank you all very much. Too. Have a great night. We hope that you enjoyed this the show. We have enjoyed this opportunity to entertain you, and we will see you all next time. Bye.
Good night, everyone. Bye.
Not all.